Got it. Thanks for taking out the time,
Okay.
Steve. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no worries. That's why I opened it up. I figured there's other people that would like to tail in on here. Um, if they want to. So this is just impromptu. I don't have any kind of PowerPoint presentation or anything. This is just Q&A basically, and I'll just see what we could do to
Sure.
do what we got to do
Ooh, just hit
here.
my target. Nice.
I'm not even trading. I don't even have it on.
Yeah, well, I'm a degenerate goofball.
All right, so I'm almost done here. If anybody else is having some issues with IDs or whatever, this would be a good time to actually we could do that.
Order submitted. That's why mine doesn't look right because ID wasn't properly done. No wonder I'm an
That
idiot.
could be the case. If you don't mind, now that we've gotten all that, all right. So on my end, you should be good to go.
Should
So
I
if
reboot
you don't
everything?
mind, huh?
Should I reset my NT8?
Uh, yeah, just Ninja, not the computer. But do you mind sharing your screen so
Yeah,
I
of
can
course
kind
not.
of see
Let
what
me
you're
close.
doing?
Yeah, let me do it right now. How do
And
I?
then
Let
now
me.
keep in mind that there's other people in here, so put down your porn and everything.
Hang on here. Let me have my share screen. Do you want the one with the? Here we go. Is that you want one with the control center, or do you want it without with the?
Whatever screen you want to share, I don't care.
That's the one I want to show you. Here we go.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
All right. All
Oh,
right.
dang.
Well, we're missing something here.
Target filled. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Can I share both screens?
There's a way to do that. I don't know. Just stop sharing this one and share your other screen, or just drag it over to this screen
Oh yeah, good idea.
and just drag it over here.
Can I share more than one screen?
There is a way when you go, you have to stop sharing, and then when you go share again, you got to
Gotcha.
pick.
Let me do. All right. Let me show
I don't even know
you.
if you could do that. I think I've read somewhere in there that it could be
Let me
done.
show you the main one and this one. How do I do this? You know what? I'll combine them together because I want you to see the. I'll let you do this one here. This is the main one,
Uh,
so I can combine them together if you like to make it easier for you.
um,
So you can.
I just want to see this one here. So let's see what is going on here. Why don't you have?
Yeah, I don't have any of the buns, so
Why don't you go right click on there and go to strategies? Let me see what we got
sure.
going
I
on.
go to strategies
Yeah.
and nothing. It doesn't show your Helix.
Okay, so we didn't load. So why don't you go real quick? Go to the internet, go to Trumper.com, tools, download it.
I have it download, but it's already installed supposedly.
What version is it though? I'm just wondering but it's not
So,
showing up, so something's wrong.
so that you want to remove it and reinstall
Yeah,
it
let's
again?
remove it and start fresh.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just
So
do
right
that.
now it shows Helix. Let me move
Yeah,
it.
that might be an old version or something.
All right.
What version of this are you?
I downloaded 2 days ago the latest one, but I'll go get the latest one again if you want, just to be
No, I'm
safe.
talking about what Ninja version are you
The
using?
latest one, sir.
Okay. Okay, there you go. So yeah, so just download it again and let's bring it in here and
All right.
it just takes a second. Anybody else in here have issues loading or know how to load or um
To
whatever? You're more than welcome to jump in on here.
the latest one. You have the latest one on already, right?
Yeah.
See.
You could drag it over if you want me to see your screen, and that way I can see what
Sure.
you're doing. Just
Uh,
Trooper.com, then the
yeah,
tools.
here we go. So I want to this one,
Yep, down there.
saved it.
Save it. That's all it's Helix 1. Okay, you
Okay.
can
Yep.
minimize that. It's fine. All right, so
So I'm gonna go
go there.
to
So go
tools,
tools, import,
import,
script,
this one script.
and then that Helix 1, wherever that was.
Yeah, there's a second copy of
There
it.
you go.
Okay,
Now
did you
here,
read
let me
this?
look at this. Okay, so all right, so those are just workplaces you've already got. I mean, there's no change. So you can say no to that.
Okay.
You can say no to the gray. It's fine. Those are just options. Price line, nah. Reversal bars, nah,
No?
nah.
Okay.
And then uh no, that's fine. And this one, yes.
Yes.
That's the template. You want the new
Okay,
template.
It looks like it's worked.
And I
It's
would
just
recommend
spinning.
that if anybody wants to change settings inside there, just save it as something else, but not this because this is like the main, the
Okay, it looks like it input all the scripts like it's supposed to.
yeah, you should have see a pop-up somewhere.
Yeah, it said install all the scripts already. So what I
Okay,
do
so go
now?
to back to that chart, go to strategies.
All right,
Why
still
is
not
up?
there.
That's weird.
Ah, fudge.
That why don't you reload it? Did you read that warning? Because sometimes they'll say you have to restart.
It didn't say that. It said it completely loaded everything already. Should I reload it just in case?
Just just shut down Ninja and relaunch
All
it.
right.
Something funky. That should be that. I've never seen that. I never have a problem with that.
Yes.
I
This new Ninja is where you got to log in first and before it lets you do anything.
Oh, you got this new lint. Yeah, I heard there was a lot of somebody said that there were some problems with that one.
Should I not use the newest one? I use the the latest one.
This is the login for it?
Yeah. No, you gotta do that.
What?
Yeah.
Just open
Then
up Ninja, the
yeah, I
sub.
know. You have to log in now. It lets you load the thing. Watch this. It's so stupid.
Well, that's all new then.
That I used to
You
log
got
down.
you sure you got the desktop version? Well, yeah, I saw it on.
Yeah. See
Oh
now it's the
wow.
latest.
So that even the icon is all different and
Yeah.
everything. Wow. Yeah, this is all different. Um, that's weird. All right, let's pull up your chart again.
It's loading. So let me pull the second one here.
Yeah, that is kind of odd that I wonder if
This
anybody else is dealing with that. I haven't heard of anybody else having a problem.
this is my chart here. Let's go to strategy.
Yeah, so strategies. Yeah.
It's not there.
Well, what the fart? Um, hmm. What about your other computer? You have the old version on the other computer?
No, I just have the latest one. Should I go back to the old one or something? I mean, I guess I'm not sure. Someone said to update the latest one, but I'm not sure if it works for them.
Hey, Jimmy, are you in here? Let me see if Jimmy's in here. No, he's not. Um, hmm. Well, I don't know. My screen doesn't look like that. What's odd is you have Helix trend 7.1, which is a part here. You know what? Let's go. I can't do that either. Let's go to pull up your editor real quick. Go to new and then
New.
Ninja. Yeah, just out of curiosity, Ninja script editor. I don't know if that shouldn't have anything to do with that. Something's weird. Something's not right. I go to strategies. Or how about indicators? Scroll down a little bit to the H's. Huh. I don't know.
It's not even there. What the hell?
Oh, that's really weird. I don't know what to say.
You want me to remove this one? Just install the previous one?
Yeah, I do know there was some chatter in the trade group about last week about when this first came out, and they said somebody, I forget who it was, said, don't load this new one because there's some issues. I know, and I didn't because I usually wait a few weeks before I let other people like you get all the bugs worked out, and then when I stop hearing chatter, then I'll go in and load it. I still haven't loaded. I'm still using the older version.
So let me clean up. Okay, let me stop this real quick. All right, let me do I need uninstall, clean it, and reinstall it? Is that the best way to do this?
Oh, you want to just start with the older version? You mean?
Yeah.
Do you
Should I
have the older
uninstall this?
version, or you got a
Yeah, I
different?
have it. They have it on the website. I have the older version too.
Yeah, it's so the one I'm using is
Two
20.
27.1, right?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
If you got it, Yeah, so why don't you just remove this one if you don't mind, if you're not
No,
all
no, I don't mind. I want to get rid of this. Let me
yeah,
see.
so just go to your you know how to do it, just get rid of it and
Yeah.
then
Just go to remove it normally to the Windows system, right?
yeah,
Wait,
and then load it again. Yeah, I don't know for sure if that's the case or not, but that's weird that it doesn't even show up.
all right. Let
I
me
put
see.
this out, this newest version out a couple days back, and I've not heard any problems. And I know I've done it because I got 3 machines and I've loaded it myself, download it and loaded it and had no problem.
All right, let me see. Go to settings. Oh man, maybe I should have done that. But all right, let me remove everything real quick.
Anybody else in here experience any of those problems? Or just
I'm the
afraid to talk?
unlucky one.
Yeah.
I bought 10 contracts, Steve. I went heavy and he jumped up like 20 points, 25 ticks like an idiot.
Oh, tonight you mean?
Yeah, I banked, but I blew one account. I just hit my target 1,000 on this one. Oh, I'm a degenerate, Steve. That's what my problem is.
Uh, you're a little reckless.
I am a little reckless, believe it or not. Actually, when it's my actual money with my personal, I'm actually more careful. But with Apex, I just don't care.
For $36. They're making a mint on just people blowing accounts.
Yeah, I did make some money off of them, but I'm learning all these new strategy stuff. So to me, it doesn't mind. But my personal, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm up for the year.
Yeah, it's fine. For testing purposes and things like that.
Yeah, I used Apex for testing purpose for my own strategies. I'll show you some strategies I have that my group did.
Uh,
DMI strategy, some it's kind of cool. But yeah, but for my personal, I'm much more methodical.
yeah.
Apex, I don't care if I blow because it's for me for testing. For psychological wise, it helps me.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let me try and uninstall it now. Who's in this chat right here? There's 8 of us. Who's there? Oh, the whole gang's here.
Who?
I don't recognize some of those names. I know Jim, I know.
How
I
come
don't know
nobody's
Rich.
talking? Anybody want to say anything? Say hi. Nobody's afraid to talk.
Hello,
Yeah, there you go. Who's this?
it's Rich. Thanks for having this session. Appreciate it.
Oh, Rich. How are you? What state are you from? Or country?
California,
California. What's the weather right now?
lots of rain.
Ah, temperature wise?
Lots. Temp's not too bad, but we're in that. I'm in the LA area and
Okay.
watching all the Big Bear stuff going on.
Yeah,
These people aren't doing too good.
I'm
I'm,
outside
I'm sorry. I'm
Chicago.
sorry to interrupt. I apologize. I'm gonna start the 27.1, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's what you want.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, sorry about that, Rich.
Have you heard? I'll ask you then, Rich. Have you heard anything about this newest version of Ninja? And I don't know if you just saw what we were doing here, but I have heard some chatter in our trade. I don't know if you're in our trade group or not, but about saying don't do it. Yeah, there's bugs and blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty radical. New new platform and all the chatter is just don't
Yeah,
install it yet.
yeah. So
Pretty much bottom line.
that's why I let everybody else do it, and I come on a couple months later. I let the guinea
Yeah,
pig
there's no
deal with
hurry.
it. I don't have the patience for that. It's not like they're going to stop supporting the old version, so they just put out stuff so fast. It's like, and they're trying to incorporate all this web stuff, for that Tradeovate or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still installing. Sorry.
Does anybody have any questions regarding Helix? Other than setting it up for Bobby, is there any? You want to go over settings? Is that what I'm understanding, Bobby, or just learn what to do with it, or what?
Talking about me, Steve.
Yeah, you just want to know kind of
Well, I
how
want
to.
to make sure I install correctly because I have nothing. My set. I installed Ninja. I need to install my Ninja again, I guess.
Okay.
The settings don't match what you had. I don't see any of the bar buttons. I don't see all that stuff. So
Yeah, there's
I
something
hope
there's
it's
something not
different.
right there. But in the manual mode, it's kind of simple with the manual because everything, if you got a background color that's red or green, if it's transparent, then obviously, it's a no trade. If it's red or green, then it's going to be that direction. And the only thing, if you're going to trade it manually, the only thing you'd want to visualize would be the 6-1 direction, which you could just say plot. And then that way you could look at it because that's the trigger. When it crosses, boom, then you just go.
Is it the same thing when I see bar down, bar up? If it's going down and you click bar down, it only activates when there's a green, right? Am I correct?
No. If you go enter on a down bar, the prior bar has to be an up bar.
Yeah, just
Right.
vice versa. So if you want to go up, it has to be one down to activate.
Down. And so what I'll do is I'll chase it. I'll let it chase. So I'll say enter on a down bar. So or let's say if I want to go short, and I'll say enter on a down bar. It's going up, 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 and it's chasing as it goes. And as soon as it gets down bar, boom, you're in. It's got a breach, obviously not just
Gotcha.
touch. So.
All right, so let me see here. It looks like I'm installing. It says by platform. What the hell? Let me try to connect now. So weird. All right. Let me see how my accounts are up.
What is the market doing tonight?
It's trying to rally.
Fired up there. I don't even trade at night. It's just too slow.
So yeah. And then why is that showing my account from Apex now? What the hell? How do I'm so confused now. How do I add my Apex account license key? Okay, let me change it.
You don't need to connect to Apex. You can market replay, nothing. I don't even think you have to connect to anything really. Yeah, I get.
Yeah, no, let me. I have my key. Don't worry. Let me do real quick.
No, I just go to sim or market replay is fine.
Disconnect. This is key. Go. Great. Disconnect now. It looks like it's working now. All right, let's share our screen here. All right. Okay, let me show you my screen.
I'm connected to the market and it's not moving. Dead.
Share screen.
That is a doorknob.
All right. So here we go.
All right. So
let's go to the tool, see if it's installed properly. Just pretend I'm going to remove something.
Yeah, let's see if it's in there to remove.
Yeah,
so let's remove it there. Just I don't know if you whatever. All right, go here.
You have my machine ID set up? Should be the same one.
I don't. Yeah, you don't need to show that, but it's the same one. Yeah, you're on my end. You're good to go. So I don't know what it is. So let's right click, go into strategies here, or up there, whatever. There you go. There you go. So trigger, double click. If you double click, it's gonna just give it. Yeah, 406. So you're good. You're good.
So do I need to add it?
Yeah, it's right there. So now go down to template. All right, you're not going to get VWAT, which is fine. It's no big deal, but just so you know, you need the lifetime license for that.
Do I need to download lifetime license for that?
No, you don't need it. I mean, they charge money. I'm forgetting how much it is, but for lifetime license, but it's not necessary. It's just if you want to see it, it's necessary. But so go to templates down on the bottom.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's gray shaded. Why is it gray shaded?
Click
on it. Yeah, click on it. There you go.
Okay.
Now go to template. You don't have to scroll. Yeah, just click it there.
Gotcha.
Load.
Load.
Helix 9.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, I mean, I don't need
There
to
we
go
go.
through all these settings because there's a zillion of them, but I mean, if you watch the video, they'll go through step by step, even though it's an old video and there's probably another dozen in here. But zip it all the way to the bottom, and you could put on your SIM account. Oh, it's already on SIM account, so just activate it. You just activate it right there, enable it on the left. Right, yeah, just enable it and turn it on and say go.
I do limit order. I like that one.
No, don't.
Oh, don't do that.
Whatever. I mean, whatever.
You don't use. I always use limit order. You don't like using limit order on touch.
Do what you want. I mean, whatever. I don't care. This is set up.
Gotcha.
You know, whatever you do, what you want. Everybody gets to do what they want. You know, it's a free country.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you can close this now. You don't need to keep. You can. Yeah, you can close it.
Close it. Gotcha.
All right. So it should populate here. It's calculated up in the left-hand corner. So give it a chance to percolate here. I don't know why we have.
Hey! Ooh!
Oh, you know what? There's probably one more thing I should have done here. So let's I'll tell you about. Let's go back into strategies again.
All right,
There's
strategy.
one thing I'll turn on.
See, this is why I didn't have this. I wasn't crazy, Steve. You thought I was crazy.
Oh, this isn't going to trade right now because this is designed for market hours. So let's go zip all the way to the bottom. Yeah, it's faster. It's more. And then undo it again. Say unenable or disable, and then apply. And now go to you want to do this 6.1. So scroll up a little bit. Now all the numeric groups are plotting and lines, EMAs, etc. All the alpha groups that you see here is all trade management. Stops, targets, trails, all that kind of crap.
What is 6.1?
It's right about here, right there, right there. So why don't we plot that so you can see it?
Plot it, okay.
There you go. Plot that one, and then you can say, okay, you could enable it again.
All right, enable it. There we go.
Okay. Now, these other two things you have here, 7.1, that's coming from somewhere else that's hanging up, and I don't know where. You can delete it.
Okay, delete that 7.1?
No, right, could I drive?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Let's see.
Oh, let me approve, sorry.
Do you have the stochastics on there? Do you like that, or do you need it, or do you want it?
I know, if you don't need it for your thing, get rid of it. I mean, I'm here
just... you don't need to see that. I mean, you can have it if you want. You can put whatever indicators you want on here, but I personally like.
I'm going to use Helix for what you told me. Yeah,
I kind of like to keep it clean. So, right now it's off, so it's not going to do anything because it's designed for
market
for real-time market stuff. Do you have any playback data that we could do?
No, but I can download it and try it if you don't mind.
Yeah, why don't we download a day, or just a day is fine. I'll give you good enough.
Let's see, I go to.
Or do you have anything already, or no?
I don't. I think I might historical data. Let me see here. Down. Look at replay. Yeah, I do have some.
What do you got there? 17th.
13th. Yeah.
That was Friday. You got. Okay. Why don't we just play with that?
Okay, so I don't just.
All right. So disconnect here. You got to disconnect your live, because you're connected. So disconnect there, and then count to 5, and then connect to the playback. And then you've already got the data. You don't need to do that. Just say continue down the bottom right.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Okay. So let's give this.
You can take over now. Go ahead. I'll just wait. Just watch.
Yeah. Okay. So all we're gonna do here, so we don't need this anymore. We can go back to here. So let me right click, go to strategies. I'll turn it back on. So now here you'd have to change the account, obviously. So I'm gonna go back all the way to the bottom, and I'm gonna put it on. You notice it's gray shaded. You don't have the opportunity to turn on because you're on a SIM account. So you got to turn it to playback, and then that way you'll be able to get a real account. There you go. Now I can turn it on. So it's gonna do this. Where's your playback slider? Your the speed thingy.
Let me see here. That's a good question. Where is it? Slide back in.
Just look under here, just do this. Go under here.
You do it. I'm sorry.
Right here. Oh no, that's not it. It's where that's broke. Where is it?
You got activated again or something? It disappeared?
No, we're connected. I'm just looking for that slider.
I don't see anywhere on my screen either.
Oh, what the heck? Mine's usually on top, so let me
You can close on something, yeah, make it easier.
I'm just trying to find it. It's here somewhere. That's replicado. Where the heck is it? It's not on your other screens?
No, it's not on the screens. Hang on, let me go check on for you. No. Oh yeah, it's here. Jesus Christ, things.
Yeah, drag it over. There you go. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So I'll just put that over here. Another way to check it is if you right click here somewhere in like the area, you could say show available data, and it kind of brings you to the same screen that you're on earlier.
Okay.
Just another way to see what kind of data you have.
Gotcha.
So let's go to where we have this one here. We'll just crank that up. All right. So obviously, no matter what, it's going to default to manual mode and pause. So it's just that's kind of kind of thing. I don't know how far in depth you want me to get with this. I'm going to just turn this off.
Taking notes, so yeah, I'm trying to.
I mean, do you know what this zone is here? I mean, are you familiar with that? Have you watched videos?
I don't know. I watched the video on my tablet, so I couldn't see all the colors. So I'm going to go back and do all that stuff again.
Okay, well, this is just it's called the no trade zone. I think it defaults to 100. I don't like 100. I'm going to change that. But anyway, it's just anytime we are at the high, it just keeps trailing up. So right now, it's not going to trade in here unless there's certain criteria that is met.
Okay.
So anyway, so you'd have to unpause it if you want to take a trade. And just as you say, you already know. Oh, this stupid thing. Hold on. I do one more thing. Let's get it out. This is designed for day hours. So what I will do is come back here again. Go here, go there. I'll just turn that on now for later. And then I'm going to go to additional options right here. I'm just going to say trade it all, here, I'll just make it 24/7. It's 59:57. There we go.
Oh, those hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay.
That's right there is midnight. And then, so basically it's a timer. So that's why
it's hours and seconds, right?
Yeah, that's why I wasn't trading. So I mean, even if I did do it, I wouldn't take it. So I just turned it off. So but this strategy, now this strategy is a 10-year-old strategy. And I got it from, I didn't design it. It came from another group I was with, and then they ended up getting into options and stopped it and all that. So they didn't stop it, but they just closed business and sold out, and they ended up doing other things. And so we tried. There's a bunch of us in our trade group in the room that use this strategy, and we tried. I've even talked to the owner and said, hey, we want to do it, and they're like, nah, it's it's a thing of the past. We're moved on to options, and we're doing that. There's more money to be made. Whatever. And so I'm like, well, then I'm going to make it. So that's where this came from. But the logic is not, technically, it's just a setup. So anyway, the moral of the story is that it's designed for market hours. So here I'm going to be trading at midnight. So
but I can make it I can change the hour. I can trade right now. If I
you can trade whatever you want, but the setting itself is designed for.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Regular time hour trading, not overnight stuff. So who knows? There's no statistics, or I certainly don't have any statistics.
Gotcha. I'll stick with market hours then.
But in any event, the moral of the story is when it's green, there's gonna, and I'll just put it on automatic here. Let's just go find something here. The final piece of the puzzle is when it crosses in the direction. Now, of course, you have to have your background color.
So everything looks good. So no trade zone yet. I'm in a trade zone right now. So no trade.
No, yeah. So and the other thing, okay. So now we got a green background. You're the high of the day. So I don't like this 100. It's 100 bars long, and I think the default now we're switching to is like 13 or 14 bars. So it would be like just right here. But right now it's
12 now. Is that correct? Is my needs a record 12 4? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on max speed on ES. So right now we're going to be in a no trade zone. So it's not really going to take any trades. It has to meet certain criteria to do it. And I'm sure at the beginning.
It's on automatic. It's on automatic mode.
I'm doing it automatic. I wanted to take a trade, but my God, it's slow as molasses. But it's ES. So I'm just so used to Nasdaq. It's like God.
You can switch to Nasdaq if you like.
Nah, that's all right. This is.
I didn't know you like. I didn't know you like Nasdaq. I like Nasdaq. Believe it or not.
Nasdaq's a beast. You know, it's like
It is. It's great, man. It moves 20 ticks and the ES does one.
I know, but this strategy is really not designed for Nasdaq. So.
But you're fine tuning that, right?
I kind of moved on to Nasdaq with setup 3, the one setup 3 that I'm looking at. I'll just show you that. So I'm waiting for this thing to move. Here, if you go to strategies, the one that we're talking about right now, incidentally, is under G and GGGG and GGG. Here's your setups. So this one is we're doing setup 9A, and it's based on a trend trade. So B is a continuation, then you got reversals down here. The one that I'm working on right now is setup 3. That's the one. That's my baby, because that's me. That's how I trade, and so I'm just duplicating it.
Really?
For the auto mode. This is not done yet, but this one right here is basically mini me. I should call it mini me. So it's just my trades and how I trade and when I trade and that kind of thing. So it's just starting, but okay. Anyway, let me pause it. Where's our scaler here? I'll just pause it real quick. Okay, so right here, it decided to take a trade. You'll notice the background colors are green. Now, if you want to plot the EMAs, and I'll tell you another thing right now. So the EMAs, go back to strategies here. In group 2, now group 2 are all, I call them exclusions. All group 2 is exclusions. So right here, we're saying that we want to have the first above the second EMA and above the third EMA and above the fourth EMA. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So internally, it's doing that. And that's why it took a trade, because you got a background color. If you didn't have the background color, then the EMAs are all mismatched. But because they're in the proper order, if you want to see the EMAs, which I kind of like, it's a personal preference, but
me too. I kind of like seeing EMA. I'm so used to seeing it.
Okay. Well, here they are right here. It's a 10. And I'll turn them on once we get out of this trade. I'll come back in, and all you got to do is plot it. So it's the 10, the 20, the 50, and you could change these to, if you want a minute EMA or a range bar EMA, whatever, but they're all designed for the Ninja Wrangle. So this is the 10, 20, 50, 200. And they have to be together. The 50 has to be above the 200. The 20 has to be above the 50. 10 has to be above the 20. So 10, 20, so that's it. But you just don't see it right now because it's hidden. But we could turn that on in a little bit, just like I turned this one on. Even if I didn't plot it, it's still going to require this crossover right here. So see this little crossover? This fast line has to cross over the slower line. And even if you don't plot this, it's still required, internally. Hold on a minute. I'm still getting over this cold.
I can change the color of my EMAs wherever I'm used to, right?
What's that?
I can. I use a 20, 50, 100 like we use, but I can change the colors to the EMAs to any color I want. Right?
No, those are pretty much locked in there because there's so many settings right now. There's the point where you got to say enough settings.
No worries. Gotcha.
Although maybe for that one, no, I don't. No, there's no.
I won't change it. I'm just curious.
So, in any event, so anyway, it took the trade, and then now our management will take. By the way, the management, you could change these too, but the management is 2. It goes on with 2. The first one comes off at 8 ticks, and then it's a runner. So that's how.
That's a one contract, right? Or 2 contracts.
What?
Is it 2 contracts, right?
2 contracts right here.
Okay. Sorry. I thought it was ticks. Sorry.
No, it's 2 contracts, and one will come off. You won't see a you won't see a target because there is no target. And if you want to see that real quick, I'll just kind of briefly go through that. We'll go back. Now, what groups are those going to be? Because it's trade related, it's going to be the alphas. So the alphas are down here. So here we go right here. So here we go. We got one going on for quantity one and no offset. So there's no offset. The second one goes on immediately, just basically they go on together with no offset. You could stagger them. You could have one and then a second one come off with an offset of 10, and then you can have a third one go on with an offset of 20. So boom, they all go together, but the others are, they're offset. But in this case, they're not. They're just going on two of them instantly right away. Then here under B on trade management, you see it's 8, 22 stop. There's no target on the second one, 22 stop. This one doesn't apply because we're not doing a third one. And then it has all this management. So move it to break even. And here's our auto trail crap. There's some pivot trailing, stop. And there's a whole video on this whole pivot trail business if you want to know what that is. Those are fabulous. But in any event,
You already optimized it. Why would I need to change it if you
no.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want to play and do your own thing, if you want to set up your own rules, whatever, you don't have to use this one. You can.
Yeah, but I do 2 to 4 contracts with a 8, a 10 target profit, but if it's already in there, I mean.
Well, this is for this strategy. You might have. I mean, if you're this is Nasdaq. If you did 8 ticks at Nasdaq, you.
No, that's fine. No. Well, Nasdaq I do 25 to 45. I don't.
Well, right. So you got to change it. So if you want to do your own thing, if you want to create your own stuff and just use as management, knock your socks off.
I understand.
You just got to be able. Let's say, for instance, if you want to put on 2 contracts, the first one goes on immediately with no offset. The second one you might want to have an offset. So if it comes back and gets you, then you'll get in at a better price. If it doesn't, it will cancel if not filled and 12 ticks.
But the offset is when it reverses. Is that what it is, Steve?
What?
The offset you put in is when it taps. It goes down again before it goes.
That's well, it depends if you put a negative or a positive. If you put in a negative number, it's going to want to come back to get that pullback to get you in. If you put a positive number, it's only gonna trip in that other one when it gets up and
gotcha.
and brings it along with for the ride. But regardless, it'll cancel if it doesn't get filled. It's not gonna hang there. It's just gonna cancel in 12 ticks. But in Nasdaq, you might want it to hang there for 30 ticks.
Yeah, Nasdaq does that. Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, you got to really kind of still. It's all how you want to play with it. But in any event, so the final piece of the puzzle is this this crossover right there. So if you wanted to do it manually, so if you were coming down like this and you saw it coming down, and you go, oh, I like this. I got my background. I'm good. I'm good enough in my, my high of the day. It's the morning. It's early. I want to do it. So you could say, well, in this case, it's in the automated mode, so it's going to say long or shorts. But if we were in the manual mode, it would say long or up bar. So you would say long, and then eventually you'd get this pullback, and then when it comes back up, boom, you're in. So you can play with it. Like Lloyd does it manually, so if you do it for a little while, you get more comfortable with it. But
yeah, I want to learn. Actually, I want to learn. I want to practice manual to be honest, to learn a little more.
Oh,
I get a little better. I'll fine tune it for that. I mean, you're doing NQ, so I'm going to ask you a lot of advice about NQ because I'm still using 25, 45 ranges. I play ranges with NQ. That's why.
Now, if you do it here, I'll just show you one more thing in settings since you just talked about range. So let's go into here.
So the automatic is more conservative, am I correct? It follows very strict rules, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if rules don't match, you're not going to do it. Again, under additional settings, if you did want to do range, this might be set up for range too. Where's range? Additional range bars. So if you wanted to mess around with some things on range bars, you just click that.
Try that. Yeah, okay.
Because else it says anything else is going to be Ninja Ranko, which is my key kind of thing. So that's how I got started on it and learned on it, and it's been 15 years, and so I'm not changing now.
Wow,
this too old for that
so
crap.
Cool.
No, Sean, it's just too old. I'm too old for learning. Minute charts it's like my theory with minute charts, and I don't want to bore anybody, but my theory with minute charts is like, I mean, who cares? Who cares if a minute goes by? I mean, how many times have you seen it do absolutely nothing like right now? So the Ninja Ranko bars, the reason why I like those so much is because they're uniform. They're very uniform. If there's no ticks moving, then you won't get a bar. It'll just
I didn't realize that. You're right.
Only going to get a bar when you get the proper tick value, and it's going to move. And each bar represents 12, and every new bar represents 4 ticks. So it's very uniform. So a full reversal bar is 12 twice, right? So the open is right here. Let me see if I could, where's your drawing? Where's your arrow? Arrow is it control 2, F2? Here. So your open price is right here. That's your open. And so it's 12 up or 12 down. So, it's very uniform. Everything's measured with the minute chart. How do I had the reversal bars.
So 12 bars, is that like 12
ticks?
ticks?
Ticks.
12
Yeah.
ticks, right?
12 ticks.
Gotcha.
So 12 ticks in one direction, and then so like right here, you're going up. Let me find it here, like right here. So coming down here, can you see me? So we're going up, and every 4 ticks, you're getting a new bar, and there's a little retracement, but then you go. I call these slingshots. So it comes down, but now now your open price. You were right here. Is your open. Your next open price is here. But what it does is now it comes down 12 and it fully reversed. So from the high to the low, I mean, we opened here. We might not have even gone there. That's just the way it paints. But now we're reversing. So now 4 more ticks, 4 more ticks, 4 more ticks, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And now we're down here. And we never even did open the next bar. We opened here and then we went up. So they're just very uniform. Whereas minute charts, even range charts, it's like, well, range charts are a little better, I suppose. That's my next best, but minute charts are totally useless to me, only because it's like they're all over. How do you identify them?
I used a minute, 5, 10, 15 to see a trend in my lines. I'm not sure you can see my trend lines, but I use it just to help me with that. But now I'm going to use a Ninja Ranker. Can you do a demo just with the manual mode? Because I really want to learn the manual mode.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we can do that. So let me get this one out of here now. Well, let's go put our EMAs back on, and let me finish this order out there, and then we'll
Can you change it? Shows the Oh, I need to activate the status bar again. Yeah, that would help to show the profit and loss. Yeah, can you put in my status bar if you don't mind? Yeah, it does it again.
Okay. Oh, that's because you got your new ID. Ah, crap.
Hey, you just hit target, by the way.
Okay. All right. So I gotta get your new ID for this one. But anyway, it's right here.
Remind you, right?
So this is being changed a little bit too. I'm doing an upgrade on this to accommodate the silly Apex and all the other prop firms.
Hey, you just hit automatic, we just scored.
Okay, so if you want to see that stuff too, if you want to go to here, and you can come down here, and I don't know if you like to see it or not, but now you can see, what you've done. Might get too busy, but
that's very cool, actually.
Right. So let's switch this to manual. So I just click the button. So it's just a toggle switch. And so I'm going to go to auto mode, and then I'm just going to I'm sorry, I want manual mode, and then I'm going to unpause. So I'm just going to hit now. All right. So for instance, here, if I wanted to go short, I would just do this. Just say short. And you see your entry trigger right here? That's what needs to breach.
Okay.
So as soon as the bid ask, in this case, the ask price breach, not the last, so you might see it. I mean, the actual ask price has to cross that. And if you want to use what I like to recommend, if you want to see it, if you're wondering why it didn't trip, you can come in here. Ninja's got this price line indicator. Price line.
Okay.
And I even imported a little template for you.
Oh, nice.
And you'll see, I need to have it go. Okay, and you'll see those are the bid ask right there.
Oh shit.
So just because you sometimes you see a spread, during the day, the spread could be a little bit more. So you might breach the entry trigger with your bid price, but because we're going down, it's got to be the ask price, So anyway, this is going to chase it up. So it's just going to keep the bars going to chase. Eventually, it's going to come down, and it's going to breach that bar. And
you chose down because that's what you wanted to do. Is that what you?
Well, I chose down because I didn't want to wait for long. See, now you notice we didn't breach it. We touched it. We didn't breach it. We got to wait for the breach. And again, it's going to put on 2 contracts, one at 8, and then no on the second one. No target on the second one. So our management's the same, regardless of how you get into it.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so there's our breach, and then that's just a matter of, everything else goes from there. And if you want to cancel it, I would not recommend using this. Matter of fact, I don't even show this. I just kind of keep this off.
Okay.
Because you want to use this exit. Because if you use that exit, you'll smash the strategy off. Okay. So we already took the first profit, and now we're just running. And the reason why it's a runner is because who knows? I mean, risk reward. People know the risk. I mean, everybody knows the risk. What's your risk? In this case, it's 22 ticks. What's the reward? Nobody could tell you that.
Let me ask you. So, what about the screen down here? Do I need to pay attention to this if I know I want to go short or long? Am I correct?
If you want to go, so on this case, you're looking for the crossover, and there's that video that we talked a little bit about.
With Lloyd.
Yeah. So, and this is what Lloyd does. So, what you need to do, if you see here, there's the blue. I call that the finger. You see how it's blue right there?
Yes.
And then it's got white.
Yes.
It's the same thing, just that this is not closed. So this is intra-trade. So you'll see it move up and down and up and down. But the white then is closed and locked in. You need it to close above this slower.
Right?
Got to close. So right now, you could see how if we closed right now, we would not be over it. The trigger, the way the auto mode's going to work is it has to close to go long. We're going to long because we're green. So we're looking for the long.
Oh, hey, that's long because most the green bars are green or not. That's what
they're green. They're green, so we're only looking for longs. Gotcha. So if you were going to do a long here, you can go up on a buying an up bar, but you need to have the down bar. So we should have actually, we got to have to wait a little bit because
it won't activate until you have a down bar.
It won't activate until you get a down bar, but we really don't want it anyway. We want to find that pullback. So when it comes down, it'll trip it and then go. But you want to cross. See how the intra-trade didn't close there? Yes. So you want it to close.
It's a cross.
So
should it enter now? Oh, we can't because it's too.
So there's our up bar right there. So yes, now it's going to chase it down. Now, of course, we don't have our background colors, so we want that right now. So you turn it off. But let's assume we do.
This might be it here.
But you're not going to cross. That's going to take about 2 bars. So
you need a green bar and another. So
the other thing you could do is if you don't use that, you could just use the buy market and sell market. So when it does cross, and there's a lot more rules to it than that. You want to stay tight to the reversal bar. You don't want to be doing, the continuations are further on down, and there's a lot to the rules, and I can't teach it to you all these rules in a half hour or whatever. Right? That would be
that's a lot.
There's a lot of training involved. I mean, I was
so much.
Yeah, it's a training. I mean, it's just like any rule. Really you got to learn what to look for and all that stuff. I mean, it's a big.
That's why I want to learn the manual because automatic's nice, but I want to understand the manual, how you got what you got. That's what's so critical for me to learn the manual.
There is a lot to learn, and that's why
there's a lot. I get confused. You have so many groups. That's why I was so baffled. Like, should I do 9A? I mean, I want to focus on 9A.
Well, here, where's the here? Let me do this. Where is your Chrome or Edge or whatever the heck, Firefox, whatever your browser?
Let me get a few. Hang on. Sorry.
So let's just do here.
Thanks for your time, Steve. I know you have family, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
They're kids. They don't want me around.
When they get older, they're gonna want you around. Trust me.
Yeah, there's my credit card. One's doing homework and one's doing something. All right, so let's go to tools. Let's
can you recommend? Can you install wherever I need? Because I've so much stuff here. I'm not sure which one add-ons. I'm not sure which one to use.
You have everything for what?
You have all these extra add-ons. Do I need anything special?
No, it's already. No, you got the thing that. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for, like audios or something, or what?
I don't know. You have indicator. You have add-ons. I don't know what should
yeah, you got everything you need here.
Okay, good.
You got to learn this. Watch this one here. Strategy overview.
Gotcha. All right.
This one here it's 2 hours long. But let's say you want to learn about exclusions. You could just go right to there. If you want to learn about alpha groups, trade management. You want to learn about the trade management. You just click.
I should do all of it, Steve.
What?
I should learn all of it because that makes up Helix, right?
Yeah. Well, there's even more now. This is an old video, but this is 2 hours long. So if you wanted to know every single one of these, at least what's here now, what makes a background plot and all that, it's the same video, but like right here, if you want the trade management and you clicked on that, it's going to take you to 1 hour and 5 minutes.
That makes sense.
It's all broken down.
What do you recommend, Steve? Should I just do trade anything so with ES, CL, and NQ? Just go to trade management, or what do you think for NA and for 9A?
I mean, this has been going. We've been dealing with this here. This is where it starts talking about trade management. Okay, and then so I jump into the video just jumps right to 1 hour 5 minutes, and it starts talking about trade management. If you wanted to watch it from the very beginning to the end, it's 1 hour and 48 minutes long, or 2 hours.
Are you updating Lloyd's video in here, all that stuff too?
I'm gonna have to because there's new groups here. I've added new groups and stuff. So there's a group G, all that kind of stuff. So
there's a lot of stuff, man. So you recommend watch all this, which is great. Lloyd's video again. I can follow him. I can follow him and copy.
Watch all three of these. Here's manual mode explained, and then here's that pivot trailing stop explained. How I was telling you about that's just the trade management.
Yes,
this is my thing. This is I think this is. I'm really proud of this. So, and Jimmy said it's the best thing in there. So, what?
I'm going to watch it. That's important.
Yeah. So watch those. You'll get a better idea of what it all does. So let's do one thing first here, real quick. I know we said we were going to do it. Oh my God,
I'm so happy it works now. Yes, finally.
So I'm going to do one thing though here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn it off. I'll turn it on for later. I'm going to go back on and turn those EMAs on so we could see them. So remember I said they're like background colors and things are in 3. Remember 2 are all exclusions. So I'm going to plot that one. I'm going to plot that one. I want to plot this one, and I want to plot all 4 of them so you could see them there. And again, they have to be in order. There's one other component that requires a background color, but I didn't go there. But right here, you'll see it that if they're all roped together and not in the proper order, the background color won't be there. So they have to have the background color, and you'll see. I'm going to show you. You'll notice very quickly what's what. I mean, obviously, it's the smallest one is the 10, then the 20, 50.
That's what I use. 8-tone 150 and the 100.
Yeah, it's a 200 actually.
I use a 100, but 200 I use once in a while. That's awesome.
Change it if you want. You know.
No, I'll keep it the same, and I don't use it for.
I mean, again, this particular setup 9 is not my setup. This is one that I learned years ago from my mentor dude that I was taking. You know, he taught me how to, and we were doing it manually. The automation was like, I mean, 15 years ago, automation, it was still the pit and everything. There was no automation. And so it was like all you did, it was discretionary training. You saw it line up, everything matched, and you do it. And that's what it was. And now that we're into this algo business, and I'm kind of, a geeky kind of guy like that. And so therefore I'm like, hey, these are just rules. There's no reason why they can't be.
Oh, you go. There you go. Oh, look at that. There you go.
All right. So you notice how the background color stopped? Because they're mismatched. You see, this is the 10, 20, 50, 200. You see right here how it got underneath?
Yeah, color change, okay.
Yeah, so you lose your background color because it's not accurate. See right here, it comes down, but it doesn't cross, and it's still good. So you didn't violate it. But right here, you violated it, you got underneath it. So therefore, we required, if you remember in that exclusion 2.1 group, we said that this one has to be above this one, which has to be above that one, which has to be above that one. That's what we're requiring. And if it's not going to do that, then we don't want it. We only want the ones that meet the criteria.
Oh, that's why this tells you it's long, it's short.
So so therefore you're in a no man's land. There's nothing. Yes. There's no background color. You're certainly not going to get a short because you got to get all those moving averages under the 200. So short is out of the question for a while. And only until they get back and lined up again. And you can see how they're both of them, and very shortly, are going to get under the.
So when it's the right color for short, all the EMAs will match exactly when it's short. The correct was under 200 AMA. Am I correct?
It's going to be this one first, then this one, then this one,
yes,
and that one in this order. It's going to be,
And the color will match, right?
They got to be in the orientation. What
and
is
you talk about the color, the orientation, am I correct?
There we go. Okay, so again, here's the 10, here's the 20, here's the 50. The solid one is the 50. So 3 of them are lined up. Now, if we went into the strategy and we said under 2.1, which is an exclusion, it's a mandate, it's a rule. If we unchecked, gosh, this is slow as molasses. What is going on? It's like I clicked the button.
Yeah, my screen is kind of sluggish lately. I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
Wow. I mean, it's like,
here we go.
There we go. Yeesh. Okay, so 2.1. So if we uncheck this one right here, it would not require the 200, which is 4, the fourth one, the EMA 4, to be in the rotation. So we would just remove it. Now, whether or not we plot it's here nor there, it doesn't matter, but it won't accept it. Right now, it's accepted that right now the 1 has to be in front of the 2, they have to be in front of the 3, and all those have to be in front of the 4. That's what we're requiring. So you're not going to get squat right now for a while. And this is slow as molasses, so I don't know why. And here, this one here is a no trade zone. We don't like to trade around the 200, so it will, if you're in the automatic mode anyway, and you don't have to plot that, you can turn that off. It's just another one of those settings you can turn off if you don't want to see it, or you can make it bigger. But
I think I'm getting confused. The EMA colors. That's why. So when it's the same color, but I have to tell myself the orientation, right? I have to remember the orientation, correct?
The orientation is required. Now you notice how this one right here is going down. So right here, this 10 started to come down, but it's still above. So I don't care what direction it's going. It's got to be above. So in this case right here, it's above the 20, which is above the 50, which is above the 200. So we're still good. Like even right here, it's coming down, which is fine. I mean, we need it to come down to bounce up.
So on the third, I'm making sure right now I would call for a short because the 8 is below the 20. I would not trade here, but here I can trade on here, right? Because it's below the fourth one. Am I correct?
Well, until the 50, which is this solid one here, gets under this one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're right. I keep forgetting about the 200.
So here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3, and here's.
So once all those the 20, 50 under 200, then it will trade.
Yeah, they all have to be in order. So if you notice, like this one here, you got the 10, 20, 50
above the 200. It's fine. Gotcha.
All right, now in a little bit, if this one gets down here at some point in time, I don't know why this is so slow because this is insane, but we're at max speed on market replay, and it's just going. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, but hopefully 8 o'clock in the morning will open up a little bit. But
so if it's not following the rules of 8 under the 200, it won't enter a trade.
Not automatically. You can do what you want. If you go into manual mode, just go up bar. It'll take one.
Gotcha. You should not do that based on your rules of what you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, now you're on your own. Now you're freelancing.
I don't think freelance.
Yeah, I could take an order right there. As soon as I get an up bar, it's going to take an order. But do you really want to do that going into these moving averages?
So you have to wait till it falls under the 200 MA. Then you click on that active.
You gotta wait until I turned it off, so it's just going to freeze there. That's called the entry trigger, by the way.
Okay, now you turn on the down bar. Am I correct? Click on the down bar.
I go down bar, but if I do, I need to wait for it to go up. So we can leave this on, and as soon as we get an up bar,
it's gonna go in.
It'll activate the entry trigger, and then we have to breach that entry trigger, and you can change what the level of that. There's your entry trigger.
You change your what's that red bar there? That's what is that?
Oh, that's the entry trigger.
It's not going to change that because there's too many green bars now.
What?
It's not going to go. It's not going to enter because there's too many green bars.
I'm in the manual mode, so it's going to do what I tell it to do. So
Even
right now it's going to go short because I turned it on manually. I'm basically overriding it.
it technically won't. I'm sorry. Even in manual mode, when you go down, it won't enter until there's a.
Now in manual mode, it's going to do what you tell it to do. The only thing that won't work in manual mode is the timer. If you are scheduled off, it won't take a trade. But right now I'm in the manual mode, so it's going to take. It doesn't care about moving averages or anything. Only in the auto mode is it going to do the rules for you. In the manual mode, you do what you want.
I thought that in the manual mode, you have to hit a certain. When it goes down, you can have a green bar before it enters. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, you've got to breach this one right here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So now, yeah. That's what I meant. Like it has to hit that trigger bar before it enters. That's what I'm saying.
But in the automatic mode, it won't do it because
EMAs.
here's EMA 4 and here's EMA 3.
It's not below it yet.
Is above 4. So the automatic mode, it doesn't meet the rules.
Yeah, because if it was under 200, it would have gone in manual mode. But now, in automatic mode, it would enter. But manual would not be. Manual can do whatever you want, but
the manual won't take a trade at all until you click a button.
Yeah.
You know, it'll go all day long and not take one trade until you say, okay, get me in.
Gotcha. Yeah, so automatic mode, it will not enter because the EMA, the 200 is still below the
doesn't meet the rules. Now, if you want to change the rules, you can go into settings and just take that one out of the equation, and then it's no longer there.
Now, the rules are there for a reason. You guys,
but you can make your own. But the point of it is with this is you could. That's the beautiful thing about it is you don't have to use these rules. This is just setup 9. If you want your own setup, you know, you can make your own setup. You know, you could say, okay, I want my moving averages to be a 10, a 20, a 50, and a 75, whatever. And you could say I want a 10, a 20, and I want this one to be a 5-minute chart, and I want this EMA 4. I want it to be a 20 range. I don't care, you know, whatever. You make it whatever you want. And then you say, okay, do I want the orientation to be in the correct order? Yes or no? And you make that decision. And it will follow that. It'll do that.
You could really customize the heck out of this, Steve.
Well, right, exactly. But if you're only talking about using setup 9A, and specifically 9A, which is designed to be a trend trade, then the auto rules are set for that.
Gotcha.
And if you manually override it like I did and I took a trade early, well, that's my business, but that wasn't the rules.
Yes. And let me ask you, I know that do you use the same EMAs, 10, 20, 50, 200?
No, I use 55 a lot and 165 a lot. It depends on the size of a chart. I like the 13. My favorite is like the 5-1 chart and the 13-2 charts. But this scenario this particular setup requires a 12-4. I don't particularly like the 12-4, but I mean that's you know, that's not they weren't my rules. So I have another guy that wants to set up his own rules in here. And he said, I'm like, sure, we could set them up. We could make it like if you go to D, if you go to group G, group G is the setups. And if you notice here, if you go to group G, right here. So right now, as I said earlier, we're using group 9, which is a setup. We're not doing the trend. We're not doing a breakout. We're not doing a reversal, nothing. So I'm working on setup 3A. That's the one I'm working on right here. But if you, like I told him, I says, we got setup 5, we could set up 6, we could set up 17, you know, whatever. We can call it Billy Bob's rules if we want. So what are your rules? I mean, make your rules. You want the moving averages? What moving averages do you want? Blah, blah, blah. Do you want any kind of, you know, crossover? You know, what your rules are. And so he says, well, I have this, that, and the other that are the requirements. I'm like, fine, we got that. We could do that. And he says, but I've got this other indicator that's a proprietary. And I'm like, well, you need to get 1, the license to use it, or 2, you need to know what that is so we could duplicate it. Because if it's a proprietary indicator that's triggering the order, then it's proprietary. I mean, we don't even know what it is or what it trips. You know, we don't know what it does. So how could we duplicate it?
So the only difference between automatic and the manual, obviously, automatic has strict rules. It will enter or exit.
Only when the moon's aligned will the automatic do it.
Gotcha. So on the manual, it's a little more room to adjust. And when you click on bar down, it still follows certain rule, but the rules are not so strict. So for example, if I'm going to short, it won't go into a trade till it hits a trigger.
Oh, here's one right here, for instance. So let me stop this. Now our moving averages are in order for a short.
Yes.
And you can
Yes.
tell
It's all
because the
short
background
now.
color, right? So
Yep.
I'm going to say enter on a down bar. The only problem is it's still going to be far away because if I come that right now on the down bar, this is going to not be crossing, and that's the final rule. That's why I
Oh,
showed
it cannot cross.
it's not going to cross.
Cross. Are you saying?
So in order for this to cross, it's going to need about probably 4 bars, and then we'll be coming into our no trade zone, because we're at the low of the day here, which is the shark teeth. That's the low of the day, and we got our zone here, which is called the no trade zone.
No trade zone. Yes.
Do we really want to do it? But we could override it. We could just say sell market when it gets down there. When it crosses, we just say sell market and go. So let's see if it does. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to learn more I need to learn more what this trend means. I need to learn that more. That's on the video. That's on the tutorial, right?
Yeah, that's just hanging out. We've been playing with this for over a year. So I mean, you can watch it on one video and know everything, I suppose. But it's not, it's like people seem to think they want to get into trading and they're going to be rich in a
Oh,
year.
hell no.
Like engineers have to go to school for years, doctors go to school for years.
No,
Like,
you don't. Yeah, you don't get your bachelor's.
yeah. But trading 2 weeks.
So down here is where I get confused. You don't want it to cross. Am I correct? This little line down here.
Our moving averages are mismatched anyway. So,
yeah, it is mismatched because it's not the color.
But I still have it on down bar only because I'm going to override it. I don't care. It's sim. But at some point you got to turn it off. And don't forget to turn it off because eventually.
So right now you would do an up bar because it's green. So click an up bar. Am I correct?
I didn't hear you. What?
So right now, since it's green up bar, I would choose up bar, not down bar.
No, it's the opposite. In order to get a down bar, you have to have an up bar. You see the trigger right here? It's on. It's
I understand, but because there's mostly green bars right now, so I'm assuming the trend is it's going to go long. So if I will actually enter bar, am I correct?
You think so? With all these moving averages the way they are, you think?
No, you're right. It's still down. Yeah, I'm there. I'm being tunnel vision again. You're right.
I mean, with the 200 and the 50 and all that, all this to me looks like it's a pullback. Or it could be a reversal.
I'm so used to seeing different colors EMAs, but you're right. It's a downtrend. What am I thinking? I'm looking at the green bar, red bar like an idiot.
Yeah, so that's why I have the down bar. But even that's not the rule because 2 rules are missing right here. Our orientation of EMAs are out of whack. 2 is that we're too far away to cross. But I turned it on anyway, so who cares?
It won't enter because it's the trigger's too low.
It's not going to enter until it gets down here. This price, this ask price, has to breach the trigger.
Yep.
And when that red ask price breaches the trigger, you'll be short.
Gotcha. Right now, and plus the EMAs are not lined up, like you said.
Yeah, but I'm overriding it in the manual block, So anyway, this is the manual one, and I mean, I suppose if we turn on NASDAQ or if we put it on, we could.
I'm excited for you to do the NASDAQ. I'm really stoked about
this. Let's just do it so we can get here. Let's just switch it over.
Are you gonna tell us about it? You're gonna now when you do the NASDAQ, are you gonna tell us the settings for each of these things? Is that how it works? And we change it ourselves.
I don't have settings for NASDAQ, and I can tell you right now, it's asking for the initial is a 22 tick stop and an 8 tick target. To me, NASDAQ, I mean, it's gonna go whip, or it's whip down, knock you out, and then never get the target. So. But right now we haven't changed the rules, so it's still gonna be the same rules. So this is NASDAQ. I don't know. I think you said you had data here, right?
Yeah, I have NASDAQ. So with the NASDAQ, do I have to change the rule for your step 3 setup?
Step 3. Step 3. What's step 3? Setup 3?
Yeah, you said step 3 is your.
Well, 2 things. 1, you don't have the template for it.
Oh,
and you
okay.
don't know the rules, I mean, you can go have at it and change numbers and
No,
all.
I don't know the rule. I'm saying like if you once you fine tune, are you going to tell us the rules
Once,
or the
yeah, once I get the template and I get the rules,
you
fine.
download? Okay, yeah,
All
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Right,
I didn't know
sure.
how to do it myself. I was waiting for
Yeah,
you
sure,
to
sure,
fine
sure.
tune it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's
That's
put
so
this on
cool.
automatic. Now again, this is NASDAQ, so an 8 tick target and a 22 tick stop is nothing more than just a 1 bar whipsaw. So
Yeah, that's true. Not like H. Not
all right,
H. It
ADD
works
on
like a real.
steroids. All right, so
The wicks are
um,
nasty.
so we're
So
all
right
mismatched. So
now
it automatically it's not going to do anything because we don't even have a
we're in the
background.
no trade zone, and the emails are not following the rules.
Yeah,
That's what
the EMAs are out of whack. We're in a no trade zone, so
yep.
it ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
It
How about
ain't.
the manual mode?
But
Or
we are about ready to go in a short area here in a very short time.
that's true because wait for the EMAs. The
Yeah,
two need to be above.
yeah. So it looks like it might, if it comes down, well, which I guess it's not going to, but
Not happening.
if
Yeah.
it actually could now go up pretty soon. Well, no, all right, it's got to decide what it wants to do, but it looks like it's going up. All right, so now we're up. Now you notice our EMAs are linked, synced up.
Yeah, now it's take for long.
Now we need it to come down to get underneath here and then go up to get us in. You follow? So it needs
Yeah.
to come down here on a closed bar, like right now, it's
Here we
closed.
go. Here
Yeah,
we
all right,
go.
we
Here
are
we go.
closed. Now we need it to go up, which apparently it's not going to do.
It's not
So
happening. Yeah.
this is where I go through the
If the
email.
bar went up, it would have gone into short.
Okay, I can't talk with you. What was that?
If it would have went up 1 bar, it would have entered short.
Right.
It would have. There's
Yeah.
too many green bars.
All we needed is one up bar, but it kept going down too far. So
Yeah.
there
There
you
you
go.
go.
All right. So here, let me pause that. Let's look at that. Okay. Green background. Now you try doing this manually. You
Oh
got
hell no! You can do
fast.
manual with Nasdaq.
Okay. So here you go. So green background. What does that tell you? Everything's all lined up. We're good to go.
Perfect. Yep.
We were underneath here and we crossed. And in addition to that, so not only do we have to cross, we have to have the close. So it closed right here on this vertical line. Vertical line here. It crossed right here on this bar. And then at the close of this bar, which is right there, it closed and then it tripped. And with NASDAQ, you always see a tick or two of slippage or something like that. So you can see what their rules are. So we came down, we were underneath, we crossed up, triggered it, and we closed. If we had not closed and came back down, wouldn't have got it. It has to get the close. So it got the close. We entered right here. First target came off. And of course, it whipsawed back down like it normally does with NASDAQ. And it took us out right here by a tick or two. That's the trip or stop. Typical Jimmy calls that. You see that all the time.
Yeah, this rule is not good for Nasdaq.
No, it's too small. It's 22
Too
ticks.
small.
Well, it's designed to come up. So if you look at the rules here, I'll show you. Let's look at the rules. So let's go here on the trade man. So what group is trade management? Trade management is going to be B.
So the group, hang on a second. Oh, I'll go down. Oh shit, I don't have my notes here.
It's group B.
B, sorry. So much stuff. Oof.
All right, so group B here. All right, so here's the rules. So
Eight.
at 6 ticks, it moves from 22 ticks to a negative 14 ticks from the entry trigger. So it just moves up a little bit. So I mean, it's not like it's doing anything crazy. It's just moving up a little bit. We're still negative, but instead of 22 ticks, we're only going to be negative 14.
Now, how about you said you do CL? So are you doing that CL? Can this be used with CL?
Yeah, this is CL. CL and ES are kind of the same.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what year. The point of it is this is the rules, how you read them. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're taking contract for in group A, we got, 2 contracts going on, none of which have offsets. Okay. So 2 contracts are going on. Both of them have a stop of 22 ticks. One has a target of 8. The other one's a runner. Okay. So then at 6 ticks, it moves to a negative 14 instead of the initial 22. And then at 13 ticks, it moves to 18 ticks. And then at 28, it moves to 16, 32 moves to 26, and then it trails, every 2 ticks, it'll chase it. Then on the pivots, which you don't know yet, but if you watch the video, at the 32 ticks into your trade, it'll start looking for pivots. Because now our triggers are getting, or stop losses are getting bigger, and actually it's probably not going to work in this anyway. So I'm probably going over your head on this, but right here, if it gets to 80 ticks in your money, all it needs is a 13 tick pullback and then a 12 tick resumption of the same trend, and boom, it'll jump up. It won't wait for, a 28 tick or 26 ticks. It'll just jump right to there.
These numbers are based on your experience in your previous Discord group, right? That's how you
Through
chose
stats, through statistics, yeah.
Oh, those are golden. That's golden data there, Steve. I'm not gonna fight that.
Well, it's just a lot of data. So I mean, ultimately the game
I'm not
plan.
gonna fight that, Steve. Why would I fight
Where's
data?
where's the browser again? Let me show you the browser. Because eventually what's going to happen, I do it right now, internally on my own laptop or my own computer here. But what I'm working on right now, it's not done yet. But if you go to, you're probably not going to be able to get into it, but if you go to analytics.
Do I have access to this or no?
No, right now it's not done yet. But right here, if you sign in, you'll be able to upload this file, because if you come into here again, and again, you have to watch the video on this and learn more about it, because this is serious. I mean, if you go to the web page and there's all statistics, this all comes from this, serious numbers here.
Hey, let me ask you, Steve. When you perfect it, you could commercialize it. I mean, how are you gonna monetize this?
I'm gonna take trades and put on more contracts and make money.
No, like for other people to buy. This is your
stuff. Do what they want. I don't care. I do what they want.
You're not gonna charge any people this software, this
not for a while. I don't care, not for a while. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money invested in programming, so it's certainly not going to be free forever. But right now, I don't care.
Well,
I mean, the money comes from the market.
Let our firm promote for you if you don't, down the road when you're ready.
That's fine. All right. Yeah. So I'm looking for statistical data. Okay. So right here is how you grade it. So these are just statistical EMAs that are not shown anywhere. They're just, grabbing data. You could change those, whatever. But anyway, an A trade is if anything over 40 ticks. B trade, it's just like a report card, A, B, C, D, F.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So if you have anything over 40 ticks in this particular, and you could change these, for NASDAQ, it's kind of small. My NASDAQ, anything over 80 ticks is, 80, an A. But in any event, in this scenario, so anything over 40 ticks is an A, anything over 18 ticks is anything over 18 is a B.
Why is your D at 18 and your C is 13?
Well, because we're starting to get in the trade at the beginning anyway, and we're already eliminating, we're already risking 22 ticks from the get-go.
Oh, okay.
So if we take a full stop, it's going to be an F. If you notice, it's a D is greater than or equal to a negative 18, negative. So there's a negative number there. So if I get at a full stop, or a full stop is going to be an F. That's 22 ticks. So if it comes up a little, if I get 18 ticks, then it's a D. So it's just like
can you change my time? Can you change my time back to the normal market time?
Yeah. Well, you just reload your template. So anyway, that's the statistical data to answer your question. But anyway, and then we can put your status box. I don't know if you have a hotkey on for that or not.
Yeah, my status bar doesn't work. Remember?
I have my Alt-1 is my hotkey for that. But anyway, for this instrument, okay, well, this came from ES. So we took 2 contracts. The MAE is 5 and the MFE is 13. I don't know if you're into that stuff, but that's all statistical data stuff. That's where all these numbers come from.
This is some good stuff there, Steve. Wow. I was the owner of AlgoBox, Vinny, asked me to do his free trial and do an evaluation. Oh shit. Oh, what happened there? You just made more money. Yeah, so I tried his AlgoBox, and let me say it was too confusing. I'm not going to promote it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, everything that I have on the webpage is tools that I've made for me, nobody else. I've made these before Ninja got a hold of me and said, "Hey, it was discipline, man. They got a hold of me through somebody, and they said, could you want to be a vendor?" And I'm like, "Sure, make me a vendor. I don't care." So all these tools are mine for me, and if somebody wants to go for the ride, that's fine. But this is just for me, because it's just too fast, too soon. So if you notice what happened here, so why don't we call this one out? So let's go through your rules real quick. So why did this take? You tell me, why did this take a short?
because it's follow all the email rules like you told me. That's why it's going to go short.
Yeah. Okay.
So if
Background color is satisfied.
yeah, the red color, it's not a no trade zone. It's red.
Right.
And the verticals are red, and all the EMAs are in line, and it's going downtrend.
Yep.
The 200 is above the 50, 20, and down. That's why it went. It worked.
Okay. And right here,
down here, the crossover on the bottom is a crossover down here. You told me the crossover. So you
there
know
you
this.
go. So right here, it's above. And on this bar here,
That's where it entered.
it goes under. Well, it satisfies all the rules. Let me get my vertical line. So on this bar here, everything was satisfied. You notice the entry trigger?
Yep.
That's what we needed to breach.
And the ask has to be below the price trigger before to enter.
It has to breach it, but it has to close. The bar must close.
Okay, the bar has to close. I'm sorry.
And the bar closed, and it got in right here. Of course, there's always slippage with NASDAQ. So it got in as soon as it could right there. And it took
the target hit the price.
It took 8 ticks off, and then it came back like it always does and whipsaws that one. And now remember, we don't have a target on that other one. So, you know, who knows where it would go. Let's see if it would have gone further. I don't know. No. Okay. I mean, you don't want to have targets up there, you know, or stops up there. So we would have lost that one anyway. There's another one.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. It follows the rules. Like you said, EMAs, no, it's above the trade zone. EMAs are good. And the crossover, boom, 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 boom.
Okay. So there you go. So here's the vertical bar that meets your rules. We've closed the bar. That's important. You got to close the bar, and we're above. We crossed. We've already taken the first contract off. Now, let's see if we can not be whipsawed. Now, we're doing 1,000,000 times speed here. So, yeah, okay. So, and again, there it again. So wow. You can't keep up with this. I mean, this is, again, this is going
You can't do manual. There's no way you can do manual.
No. Well, we're going fast. We're going in max speed. So if you wanted to slow it down, yeah, I mean, I suppose in real-time market.
What's real time? 1x, right?
Here, this is what it would look like in real-time market. So you do it. You know, if you you can put it in the manual mode, and this is where you practice. You know, you put it in manual mode, and you go there and you say, okay, now I'm waiting. So let's wait for a background color. So let's go a little faster anyway. Let's get some background color going here.
No trade zone. Oh, now you can do it.
I don't care. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to stop it right there. All right, so let's bring it down to 1 times speed. Okay, so let me unpause it.
And then I want to do that because the color's out of sync.
Now it's just up and down, up and down. So, I mean, you can sit here staring. That's the thing is I got so tired of staring at the flipping screen. It's like I can't get anything done. I can't even go to the bathroom because when I come back, I've lost the trade.
That's why you did that's why you made the auto mode. So you go to the bathroom and hang out.
Auto mode.
See, right now, I would not trade manually because EMAs are not. It's under 200, so I would not do that. And
you'd be looking for a short. You're gonna have a short before you get along. Like right now, you're gonna be as soon as that 10 gets under that 20. Again, the small one, the dots are the 10, and this dash is the 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. The dot is the 10.
10.
The dash is the 20.
20 is number 2. EMA 2 is 20. Okay. But you could change those values, but it's the 20. And EMA 3 is a 50.
Where's the 50 again? Is it the solid line, right?
The solid line.
Okay, that's a 50.
And the big dots are the 200. So now we're gonna get lined up here in a second. Right here.
Now you can do it. Oh, now you can enter.
Okay, so now we're gonna get a background color in a second. There's one other missing component to the background, but
there's no red color.
There's no red color, so you gotta wait because it's still kind of weak. So
now you can down bar.
So now we go, and we did I pause? So this is 1 time speed. So if you want to, we're in the manual mode. If you want to go ahead and play it, you could rather do sell market or you could use down bar. Right here is where you do it. Right here, because look, if you get a down bar, you want to be in. So you could do that right now on a down bar. Now, if it goes up, then you probably want to turn it off. But if it goes down, you'll be in. So you're going to, as soon as I say go here, you're going to see the entry trigger. Right? So here's your entry trigger.
It won't go. It won't go. If it goes up, it won't enter the trade.
If it goes up, you're right. It would not enter the trade.
There you go.
But you have to turn it off manually because otherwise it's waiting for the next down bar.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So anyway.
So right now I wouldn't trade either because it's even though it's in the red, but the emails are acting kind of funky. Oh. There's a red background.
Yep. And
Uh-oh.
if we get a cross, you'll be in. If
Yeah,
we
so
get this finger,
I would enter right now. I mean, I would do a down bar right now, wouldn't you?
You could do what you want to do in manual mode.
There you go.
There you go. Go buy a sell market. There you're ready to go. If it goes down, you're going to be in.
Yeah.
Got it on. And it'll be red too. It'll turn red.
There we go. Come on, hit that, baby.
Got to close. It's got to breach it.
It's got to breach it and close. There we go.
So I don't have the background color, so we're missing one component.
Yeah, missing one background color.
That's why I say it's too hard. Manual mode is just too hard.
So yeah, it looks like you better put on automatic mode. So you prefer automatic or manual? I mean, it seems you prefer the automatic.
Automatic, but these settings are not for because it's just too much to sit here and stare at a chart.
So automatic mode is that what you recommend?
Not for NASDAQ.
No, yeah, I'm talking about ES and CL.
That's what I've been running with a little bit, yeah, on auto mode. Yeah.
How do you like it so far? You're statistically wise.
I haven't traded that much. I threw it on an Apex account the other day, and it was all right. I think I like in an hour did like 3 trades or something like that.
And then if you want to finish, you turn everything off and you're done for the day. You want your target. Oh, look at that.
Well, you could rather hit pause if you want to go to the restroom or whatever. Just hit pause. It won't take any more trades.
But in your automatic mode, it doesn't matter because it's doing it for you.
Well, that's true. But if you want to go away or, maybe you're on the phone, you don't want to get the you just hit pause. It won't take any trades. It's got to be active. So.
Gotcha. Do I need to change back my time? Or I don't want to change my settings. I want to save. Can you save my settings right now? I like everything we have.
We'll just reload the template again. That's all.
But that will remove my EMAs on that. I don't want that.
Well, here, let's just make let's just do this.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm done. Let's close everything down. I want to save things.
Do this. Why don't we come in here?
This is so awesome. Steve, thank you so much for your time, bro. I know you're busy as shit. You're doing this for me.
I live and breathe trading.
That's how this algo is so. I don't know why I didn't use it sooner.
So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna say load, and I'm gonna get the original out. Okay. And then I'm going to come into the EMAs, which is group 2 or 3. I'm sorry. Group 3 is all background colors and crap like that. Okay, so I want to plot that one. I want to plot that one. I want to plot that one. I want to plot this one.
Okay.
And I don't think anything else. It's fine. That's good. All right, so now let's go here. Let's go to template. I'll go save. And I'm going to call this.
Bobby's 9A. And I can change my Apex count, whatever I want down the road.
Well, that would go here, if you want.
Record mode.
You got to do that.
Dude, I'm so excited. I'll put a couple Apex on it just for sure.
And if you want to visualize the status box gets its information from this account here.
Oh.
So if you changed it, if you went to Apex here, then this status box would pull it in.
I sent you my machine ID, so can you make sure?
Yeah, I'll get it. It usually there's a couple days in there anyway. So right now, like for instance, if you went to Apex and you didn't change this would show playback, but yet the strategy would do an Apex.
Gotcha.
So, but I love this thing here. This is probably and this is free.
Did you remove the static because the Helix is gone now? Oh, because you exit out again, right?
Yeah, it's right because we changed your man. Oh, you want to do one right there? Here, so let's do this here real quick. So I'll just show you one more toy here. So let's do, since we're in NASDAQ. Now this one is just like where I started from at the beginning.
Yeah, all my stuff is gone. Is there a reason why?
Yeah, it's turned off.
Oh, no.
So let's do. Now I'm not done with 3 yet, so I'm just going to go to 1 and 2. Now 4 is external entries. So for instance, if you had a bot and you wanted Helix to manage it, you could put it on external entries and it'll look at your account and it'll say, oh, there's a trade on, and so I'm going to manage it. And it would be based on, in group B, it will be based on all this, you know, what we talked about earlier as far as your steps and stuff.
So I should leave only 9-8 on, leave the rest of everything off. Am I correct?
Yeah. But right now I'm going to play with this. I'll show you what this looks like here.
Ooh.
I'm going to turn this one off.
What's
When I
step
get
one?
3, I'll definitely be playing with 3 because that's my baby. So
Yeah, I'm excited to try your NQ in 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really waiting for, to be honest with you.
All right, so this one here is based on. Oh, I didn't look at. That's right.
Where's the bottom one, the trend indicator?
It's coming. It's calculating.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You don't need it for it. That setup doesn't even use that, so it doesn't matter. I should have probably turned it off. You know what? Let me do one thing here real quick. Let's stop this. Let's go back here. Let me turn this off. My God, why is this so slow? Okay.
I'm running about things in the background. That's the reason why.
Yeah, well, they say you should only have one chart when you're doing market replay. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off, this off, this off. This is what I told. I'm gonna sync it to that one. I'm just gonna do a couple things here.
And why do you have step 1, 2, 3? Is that good things evolve along the way or something?
Say what?
Did you evolve along the way with the step 1, 2, and 3?
Step 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, the LS1, LS2, and next to the trend, next to the 9A, 9B, there's a step.
Oh,
1.
down there. Oh, this is the original 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me turn off these EMAs just to kind of make it a clean space here. This was the original ones that I've obviously outgrown, but they're still valid because you could tweak them. So, oh, I guess I didn't turn it on. Let me turn it on. So here, let me show you. So this one here is on the entry zone. So it'll create a zone, and you could change this too. So in 3, we've got some exclusions. You know, there's a whole bunch to go through, and it's way too late for now. But let's say so we want to do we'll do our background colors. I'll just put my entry zone at 0. I'll make it 3 ticks wide. I'll make it 13 bars long. I'll say plot the entry zone. I'll plot it on other charts too, because I kind of like that. That's good enough. So let's just.
You don't use it too much, do you? You only use the 9A and the step 3, right?
Right now, I've been using basically all step 3 because I've been doing so much testing on it, and that's how I trade manually. Is a step 3, and I'm just trying to take my step 3 and I'm trying to automate it. So right now I've been doing a lot of testing and stuff like that.
Wow.
But step 3 is the way I trade.
Beta testers to help you or anything?
I'm sorry?
Do you need more beta testers to do the step 3?
Well, maybe eventually when we get some data. Let's see why. There we go. All right, so you can see the zones here, and this could be automatic too. I believe me, they're not going to be all right. I'll go automatic more. Anytime price gets into a zone, it'll trigger it. So let me go find a zone. There you go, right there. So found a zone. And
supply demand zone, is that what it is?
No, this is, oh God, it'll save that for another day.
Okay.
But in any event, it finds a zone, whatever it likes, whatever I'm synced with. If you notice here,
wow,
sync to a higher day. So if you go to step group 1, which is the originals, group 1 there's higher time frames, HTF. So there's higher time frames, and I'm synchronizing this chart, which is a 12-4, to higher time frames. In this case, I'm syncing it up to a higher time frame group 2, which is a 21-3 chart. So only when the 2 charts are synced together in the same direction will you get the zone.
Yeah, I think I want to stick with the NA and learn that and do manual and auto. Then I'm gonna love to learn your step 3 NQ.
But you see, right now I'm so we're going to see these zones again at step 3. They're just going to be changed a little bit. I'm tweaking them because they're not kind of where I want them. So in step 3, I'm leaving this here as the original, but in step 3, it's going to be a little different.
Holy crap! Okay.
Okay,
And
so now you notice we changed. So that means they have changed over internally. Well, apparently not. Okay. And you notice how this zone is bigger than this zone?
yes,
Something happened internally here that said, terminate, no more, whatever.
wow. All
So,
right, I got a lot of videos to go through.
oh God, there's just so much.
I have to watch your lawyer and yours again now that because on the YouTube I couldn't see the color. Now that mine is working, I see all the colors. It makes a lot more sense now. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Well,
Before,
you could
it was
also tell here if I do this here, I'll just do this. So now you're going to see. So this is what I call candy striping. So you'll see right now the red and green. You see the transparent there. You're using a black screen.
yes.
So they're obviously when it's transparent, that means they're mismatched. Remember, I told you I was syncing with the higher time frame. So if it's transparent, then they're not synced. Only when they're synced together are you going to see the color red or green. So let me turn this off. Let me add one more thing on here, and it's what I call in the background plotting of group 2. I'm sorry, group 3. It's called early trend Q. So early trend Q, basically, if you notice, it's green and light green and red and pink. It's the same direction. It's still going in that direction, but it's just not as strong. It's weakening up. So what you'll see is you'll see it green, and then you'll see it light green, and then you'll see it transparent, and then maybe red. Maybe it could go back green again, but typically it's be red, and then it kind of weakens up and goes pink. And so I call it candy stripe, but kind of gives you a visual of the strength of the market where you're at. So you can see right here, it's strong, and you get your short if you can get in there. And we can move this entry, the zone, it can be moved up or down depending on how much offset you want. If I put an offset of like, what is this, a 12? If I put an offset of like 8 or something like that and move the zone here, which we could do. If I set an offset of like 8, that zone would be right here. Whoa. Okay. And we could do that, or we can move it back. You can move it anywhere you want, but then it'll be uniform. So we might get more trades by doing that, but then we're also
Just stop by you too.
like right here, if we would have had it, we might have gotten, if we did that, you would have noticed you would have gotten in right there on the short with a
So this your step 3 would be similar to this. Am I correct?
I'm sorry.
Your step 3 that when you've done optimize would be similar to this.
Similar to this, yes. The zones will be off a little bit, but they're similar, yes.
And what dumb question? Why can't NA be similar to? Why can't you make NQ based on NA? Why are you doing step 3?
Hold on, I'm dying here. Say that one again.
So NA it looks different from this. Why can't you make NQ based on NA? Or just because some totally because NA is from the original group and the step 3
What's
is
NA? What's NA?
oh set up NA 9A. I'm sorry, set up 9A.
Oh, 9A. Oh, okay.
Why don't make
9A is a separate. That's a separate setup.
Yeah, it's separate from what your original from your Discord page, your other group, right?
Yeah, no, that's a separate setup altogether. Matter of fact, let's say you have a setup, and it's based on fibs or whatever, right?
Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying.
So let's say you have your setup that where you've learned is a setup based on fib retracement, okay? And so your setup rules is that when it gets to 100, you want to go on a 50 tick pullback or 50% pullback, and then you want to put your order in right there. So let's say that's your rule. So you want to get in right about here at a 50%er, okay? Based on your logic or whatever. And the moving averages has to be a certain order, and it has to be a Tuesday. Whatever your rules are. We could add that in here. It could be added in here into Helix. So it wouldn't be set up 9A. It wouldn't be set up 3. It wouldn't be set up 1 or 2. It'd be set up,
10A or something different. Every setup is completely different.
What's your birthday?
January.
January. What day?
3rd.
3rd. So I can't use 3. You can't use 1. So what year? Give me the year date.
80.
All right, 80. So we'll make setup 80. It could be Bobby's fib setup, assuming it works, because they don't spend the money if it doesn't work. But anyway,
I
so now
understand. So
set up
every step is based on different rules that you design or from your.
exactly. So you might want to use setup 80 because those are your rules and you know how they work and you know how to manually,
Now,
get.
do you have any setup for that's confluence and trend? You do trend line. 9A is more like trend line. Any with confluence? Well, they all kind of confluence
9A
trend.
is not a trend line thing, but it's more of a, there's no lines in there, but and you could add lines. I mean, you could add any indicator.
So what is 9A based? What is 9A based on?
The moving averages. Well, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, there's a bunch of stuff.
I was just curious. Yeah.
9A is
trend lines and confluence.
no, it's 9A requires all the EMAs that we talked about before. It requires 6 speed. I'm sorry, 661, wherever that is.
It's all technical, Steve. You get too technical for me now, Steve.
No.
I barely know what 9A is, man.
No. 9A is, you're asking me what the rules are. So this one here, we had it plotting. I turned it off for this one, but this is what's required for 9A.
Gotcha.
7.1 is required for 9A. That determines the trend. And see these levels here? There are certain numbers that have to exceed. Like a moving average has to exceed 20 in order to finish. Remember I told you that the background color had one more component other than moving averages?
Yes, as a background color, moving averages, and the crossover and the trend.
No. Remember I said the background color consisted of the moving averages being in the same direction,
So it shows red or green, yes.
orientation. But there was one other component that was required for the background, but it was too technical, whatever.
Yeah, don't confuse me.
Remember me saying that?
Yes.
Okay. This is it. This is that other criteria, 7.1, that is required. You don't have to see it or plot it. I mean, who cares? But the point of it is that is required because not only do you have to have the moving averages in the right order, but level 1, which is set for 20, the internal moving average has to be above or below 20, depending on direction. Then that is the final piece of the puzzle. If that is also met, then you'll get your background color. But this 7.1 right here, the trend, is not required for what I'm using on right now. I'm using 1 and 2 setup. And maybe setup 80, which is your setup, maybe it doesn't require this. Maybe your setup requires, the fibs. Let's use that. Or maybe the Keltner channel, whatever.
Yeah, for me to make my own, I could be more experienced with this and add more stuff. Right now, that's wow.
Well, I'm saying you could. I'm assuming you trade. You're following some rules that you got.
Yeah, I do EMAs and trend lines.
Well, where did you learn that from? I mean, you didn't just get it and start doing it, right? I mean, you learned it.
I learned that from options, originally from options. Then I dropped options. I was getting bored. Then I switched to futures. But I always follow EMAs, crossovers, and a 1 minute to 5:15, and I do trend lines, resistance support.
Here, why don't we just do something crazy like this? Here, let's go here. Let's just add them here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so slow.
I'm trying to make my life. I'm trying to make it simplicity as possible. I'm trying to get.
I hear that.
My trading view. I don't want more clutter. If that makes any sense.
I hear you. Okay.
Noise really messes me up.
Let's do.
Bias. I hate that.
Oh, that's all right. Let's do. I'm going to turn everything, all these exclusions, I'm going to turn off the high and the low. I'm going to turn off that. I'm going to turn off all.
I did really well on the news. Was it a few days ago with the bankruptcy? That was kind of cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. So let's do. Okay, that's fine. All right. So what did you say your EMAs were? What were the EMAs that you like?
I do 8 to 150.
8 a 2. So I'm gonna start with
8 2150.
2150. Let's turn that on. And what else?
Oh, no, my first one is 8, 21, and 50. Sorry.
8,
21,
21,
50.
50, and we're not using the other one?
Usually 100, but not really. But
But do you want to see it or don't you?
yeah, put in 100 if you don't mind. Yeah, that'd be great.
And these are Ninja Renko. You said you wanted something different. You wanted like a minute or something.
I always done minute, yeah, but
Are you using a minute chart?
I am, yes.
Okay, we could change that. So this would be. Well, we could change it here. Let's work. Let's do that.
You still want to work on Ninja Renko charts too?
Yeah. So an 8, a 21,
Let's do
a
Ninja Renko.
minute chart
I
is
want to
a.
get used to Ninja Renko.
Okay, hold on one thing at a time here. All right, so these are all for Ninja. So you want a uh 50, you said. No, yeah, 50 minute.
That's right.
And then this one was a minute also,
Yeah, I always do minute charts. Yeah,
and that's 100.
100. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's change this to a minute. What minute?
I do 1, 3, or 5.
Wow. Well, let's pick the middle. Fibonacci numbers I like. All right. So here we go.
Ooh,
So let's do that. Okay. So let's come back into here.
I like the Ninja Renko better now.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know if I like this anymore.
Oh, it's like whatever you get used to. Like me, this doesn't tell me anything. But
I think
it's just like
it makes it much easier to see. It simplifies everything.
it's like when I was a medic, they we had to go through cardiac rhythms and all that kind of stuff, and there's about 12 of them we had to know. Everybody knows flatline, with systole, you're dead. Everybody knows that. And then there's normal sinus rhythm, and then there's VTAC, and then there's first degree heart block and all that crap. Well, the point of it is, if you study those and you learn them, and you went to a cardiologist and said, "Hey, look at this picture, there's lines," he'll say, "Oh, that's first degree heart block." You go show it to somebody else and say,
Yep,
"Oh,
yep.
it looks like a bunch of lines." That doesn't mean anything to me. The same thing with the charts. Now, if you look at the charts, or if I brought a kid in here, a 5-year-old boy in here, and said, "Hey, little kid, what does this chart look like?" "Oh, it looks like greens and reds. It looks pretty." But if he studied it and learned it and learned it and learned it, and then we brought him back here when he learned it and said, "What does that look like?" "Oh, it says we're an uptrend." It's like anything. It's like you gotta practice. I don't practice minute charts, so to me it just
Yeah, I think you convinced me. The Ninja Renko is so clean. The last couple of days, I was trying to get it to work. I put it on the side. I mean, it's so easy to.
Oh
It's so.
yeah, absolutely.
Why do I use minute? I mean, oh my God.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Going back to those, so those EMAs, are they required to be in order?
Yes.
Okay, and that one and all of them, not the 100 though, right?
No.
Okay, so I'll leave those alone. Okay, and now do you sync with any kind of higher time frames or
No.
anything?
No.
Okay, all right, let's see what this looks like. So this is NASDAQ. We'll just let it go here a little bit. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's turn this on. Let's see what it looks like here.
I don't know if I like this anymore. I'm sick of Ninja Renko.
Oh yeah, there's so much nicer.
It's terrible.
All right, so let's.
Oh my God.
It's got a calculator.
What's your average? What's your percentage profitability using the 9A setup lately?
I haven't gotten those stats yet. Okay, so here's your small one, which was 21.
Yes.
That's EMA 1. EMA 2, which is the dash, is your 50. And then your third one is your 100. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, we're only doing 3, right? What were they again? 21,
8,
50,
8, 21, 8, 21, 50.
8. Okay, so this is the 8. 1 is the 8. 2 is the 21, and this is the 50.
So you want into crosses, yeah.
And you want them to be in order. Okay, so now let's go a little fast. All right, so now I'm going to unpause it. So what do you want to happen? I mean, would you go short there? I mean, what do you do?
Right now, I wouldn't go short. I mean, I would go short, not long. I tell you right now, until it crosses the 50.
Okay, so
Yellow one, excuse me.
So you wouldn't go short into the 50 though, right?
Um, Honestly, right now, I probably wouldn't play because I feel too choppy right now for me.
That's fine. So I'm gonna get out of this mess here. I'm just gonna, well, here, I'm just gonna go on. All right, so I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Now I can go long now if it hits go up with the trigger line.
Okay. So if you get the up bar, now remember, I'd have to look to see what our, hold on a minute. There's one thing I probably didn't do here. There is group, I think F maybe or something. Again, it's trade management, so it's an alpha. And it's called synthetic. Where is it? Synthetic, group C, synthetic data, and it's checked. So even though we're looking at a 3-minute chart, this is based on a 12, this entry signal is based on a 12-1 Ninja Renko.
Oh.
Okay, because we've checked that. If I didn't check that, it would be based on this bar. But we're using a synthetic data series, and it's only for the manual mode. So again, you could change this. I could have changed it to a minute or whatever. But even though we're looking at a minute chart, we are trading off a 12-1 Ninja Renko. So that's what I call synthetic. So you'll see that a lot of time frames. Same thing with the EMAs. I was telling you before, it was the EMAs. Was it in group 3? Right here in group 3 and 4, you could change them. So right now we're looking at a minute. Well, they're all looking at a minute because we're on the chart, but so it's fine. But let's say you're on a minute chart, but you wanted to look, you're on a 3-minute chart, but you wanted to have this let's say the 4th EMA, since you're not using it, you wanted to use, let's say you could make that a 15-minute.
Oh.
So even though you're on a 3-minute chart, that 4th bar, that 4th EMA would be a 15-minute EMA.
Oh, shit.
So you can have that, that's what's a synthetic trigger. That's what, or, synthetic EMA. So that's synthetic. That's what I'm talking about with that. In this case, they're all minutes, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, let's go back to Ninja Renko. I'm not ready for this thing.
Well, you're in it.
How do I change my Ninja Renko back to normal, like everything back to normal again?
Oh, let's configure it. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Was it 12-4, right?
Yeah, I'll do that one. And
there we go. There we go. Oh, cool those. I'm back.
Here, let's add one more. I'll just
please. All right. I love it. You do all this cool shit for me.
Let's do. I like my 13.
Is that 13.3? Is that for the ES and CL, right?
No, I mean this is all for 12.4. I mean for 9A is 12.4. Here, you know what I'll do is let me do one other thing here.
Which one? What is 13.2 for?
Here, let me do this one. Let me edit that.
Oh yeah, I'm already know.
How that help you?
There. Yes, sir.
So
and what's the 13.2 for?
It's just what I like. And then this one here too.
Well, I'll use 13.2 if you like. If that's you.
Since I'm on your computer, why not take it over, right?
Thank you. So I should use 13.2 then. I'll use that instead.
No, I wouldn't do it for Helix 9.
Okay, true. What's 5.1 for?
It's just play with it. I mean, so now that's done. So now if you come up here, it's down here. We'll change that. So let's move this up.
Yes. You're the best. You're a badass.
All right, so now you come here and it's right. So let's go to Helix there, the 12.9 again, or the 12.4. But again, we have to go change our settings because we changed our settings to.
Yeah, I go back to template. Load my Bobby's template.
This EMAs are set for a minute.
So but you're gonna reload everything, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, we can just bring the template back over.
Yeah, but Bobby's template, that's the one you did for me.
Well, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do your hold on. I want to do your EMAs. I mean, we're not using Helix right now. We're past 9A right now. So now we're just playing. So let me go back to, all right, so we're doing an 8, 21,
50.
A 50. But what do you want it to be? A Ninja Renko?
Yeah.
So a 50, 12,450. And then do you want to see a minute chart?
No, I want all Ninja Renko now.
Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, so you're doing an 8, 21, and a 50, right?
Yes.
And the three of those are going to be in order. So 1 and 2 and 3 is okay. So you're good there. Okay. So this is your set. Oh, I forgot to turn it in. It's getting late. We lost a few people, but if anybody's still here, you guys are just hanging out, absorbing all this.
They just ignore us. They think we're nuts.
Rich is the only one left, so he's the dire.
They think we're nuts.
You could jump in here, Rich. Okay, so Bobby, this is your moving averages anyway, and so I'm just curious, how would you trade it? So let's go in here, and I'll just turn it on and go, and I'll just percolate here. Okay, so
Hi guys.
you can tell
Yeah, I'm
our
still
background
here.
color is strong, and then it's going to get weak because we got our early trend Q on. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Okay, so that's weaker, and then stronger, etc. But you don't have to plot those if you want to. If you did not plot the early trend Q, then it would just turn to red. It would just all red right there, and this would all be green. But you can see it's strong, weaker, strong, weaker.
So the green is strong, moving red.
Right. Pink is still red. It's just weaker.
What's a pink
and then
thing?
Mint is still green. It's just weaker based on what I'm looking at. So in any event, so let's say you're going on here and you're like, oh, my moving averages, I want to go. So you just go short and you're in, and that's it. Your moving average takes it. So let's go. All right, now I want to go long. So you just go long on an up bar, boom. You can do that, or you could just go buy here. Just go buy market. Boom. Order submitted. I'm in. All right. So there you are, and you're done. I mean, it's all managed for you.
Wow, I definitely need to work on this. Oh here, man, so I can fine tune this bad boy.
So here, go buy market. Boom. That's it.
I think my group would love to hear that. If they see this, they can definitely fine tune what they want to do.
So, well, again, this trade management is what we have in there based on the Helix 9 settings because we haven't changed it, which are not NASDAQ. So let's keep that in mind too.
Yeah. This yes.
Go short.
So this is NASDAQ. We're trading NASDAQ right now.
Yeah, I know. But these here, in order to trade NASDAQ here, I mean, this is let's do something. If you really want to play a little bit, just wish it wouldn't take so long. Let's do. So let's disable it. Let's go here. Let's change that around a little bit. Where's our?
Yeah, make the threshold a little higher.
How many contracts do you trade?
2 to 4.
All right, I'll pick one.
Let's do 2.
Are they all going to have the same management, or are they going to be offset or anything, or they're just all?
I've never done offset before. I always do 2 or 25 ticks profit, and I might do a trail.
Here, let's do this. Let's do 2 contracts, and we'll put a third one on. But this one will only go on if you get like a 10 tick pullback. Otherwise, it'll cancel out.
Okay.
And we'll make it cancel at 21. All right. So it's fine. Okay. So our target is going to be, what's your target?
I usually go for 25.
And what's your stop?
20 is fine.
20? 20?
25. 25 is fine.
For a stop?
Yes. That's why it hits 25. I'm out.
And your target's 25?
Yeah.
Okay. And the second one also, what's the second one?
I think the second one's 35 or 40.
And the stop, same?
Well, this is where I have a auto trail. So if it goes to 35, I want to move up 15 usually.
I'm not in auto trail now. I'm just talking the initial stop.
Make it the same. Make it the same. 25.
25. So 2 are going to go on. One will be a 25 target. The other will be a 35 target, and they'll both be 25 stops.
Okay.
Now this third one, which is going to, if it does take, and sometimes it might not, but if
go 50, 60,
we'll make that. Well, remember, we're getting a 10 tick pullback, or isn't that what I say? Yeah, 10 tick pullback. Yeah. So we could just give it a 15 tick stop.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
because we're already giving up 10 here, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
No target. That's going to be a runner, right? Okay. So now, what do you even want move to break even? Then you want that at all, or what do you do with that?
I don't use break even, but
what about all right? So now you talked about auto trail. So when it gets to X ticks, what do you want it to do? What's the X?
I think when it hits 25, I want it to go.
Well, 25, you're going to be out. Well, the second one will still be in. So okay.
Yeah, the second one usually I want to go up 10 from the initial.
Up 10.
Yes, I want it to trail. So if it hits 35, I want to be up 10 above my 12 by 10. That's what I usually
So
do.
you want to trail 15 ticks.
Yes.
And you want to continually trail, right?
Yes. I want to keep moving up as a frequency
And so
goes
your
up.
15, your ticks are 15 spread, or from the high at 25 ticks, you'll give up 10 ticks, and it'll pop you out at, or you're willing to give up 15 ticks.
Yes.
Okay. And then when it gets to the next level, what do you want to do?
I don't have my thing on me. Which one?
Well, let's say when it goes to 40.
25.
You want to open it up a little bit more?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. For the runners.
And when it gets to 80,
Just I don't know. That's one I forgot.
well, let's bring it down. Let's bring it back down to 20.
Make it tighter. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll do this every two ticks.
Two is fine. I do
We'll
two.
make it every 2 ticks. It'll change. Okay. Now you mentioned a trail. So in this case, the only trail that we're really going to have is 3 if it gets taken at all, because this one's got a target of 35. So it's never going to hit 80 ticks because it's going to be out at 35.
Yes. So if it goes past that, it might hit the target the 3.
So anyway, but that's only if the third one gets in is it going to trail, because it doesn't have a target. Okay, so let me throw on some pivot trailing stops here. So let's put on this.
There's all this setup 9A starts at 8 o'clock, right?
The regular market hours.
9:30 or 8 o'clock?
Regular market hours, 9:30.
9:30. Oh, because it says 8 o'clock here. I was confused.
Regular hours is where does it say that?
Start time.
To be honest with you, I do start a little pre, but it's technically the rules are market hours, regular market hours.
So 8 o'clock is okay.
Yeah.
You're in Chicago time, so you probably start early.
Well, when I talk Eastern, when I'm talking to traders, it's all Eastern. Everything's Eastern.
Gotcha.
All right, so entry trigger, so 40 pivot stop.
So do you trade pre-market like me, 7:30?
I'm busy. Usually don't, because I'm just
Gotcha.
And the news and all that crap. And by the time I get down here and blah blah blah, it's like I miss half it anyway. Let's do this one at let's go 20. That's fine. All right, that's good enough. All right. Yeah, well, you know what? Let's open this up, because this is going to be our Bobby template anyway. This will be another template. We'll save this. We won't save this as 9A for sure.
No. I don't.
Yeah, no. Well, matter of fact, we'll just
make it. Yeah, let's say it's Bobby NQ, something cool.
Yeah, I'll just call this NQ play.
Yeah, Bobby's NQ play.
Okay. All right. So let's just do that, and need all that. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just go. All right. So our trade management is in. The only thing I have to double check to make sure that I got the offset correctly, because I'm always messing that up. I never remember which way to go. It's rather -10 or +10. It depends on which way I want to go.
You put automatic mode or what? There we go.
No, right now. Well, the automatic mode, I can't do it because it's going to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So right now I just want to see. I'm going to take the first order, unpause,
short,
and I'll just say short. There we go. Okay. So there's 3. Why did it take 3?
Yeah, 3 contracts.
That pull back 10 ticks already?
Holy shit. Did it? 1, 2.
Right here.
Order canceled.
Let me
Order submitted.
why? Oh, I think I went the wrong way. So let me.
You wanted to go short?
I think I have to. Let me double check this. On that offset, it's that offset one. Remember I said it only if it's back, but it's a negative. I need to
make it a positive.
I need to make it a positive.
There you go.
Let's try that. I can never remember which way they go. I want it to pull back, and if it not, then just leave without me. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Because it's going to be sitting there for an order. But what it was doing, it was taking all 3. So, okay. So let's get some data. So,
order submitted.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, why did that go in?
It did go in 3. That's weird.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be an offset. So something's not right here.
1, 2.
There's my 2 and there's my 15. Yeah,
It
because
looks like your first one is short. Hang on.
yeah, so there's the 15 that we said. That's the third one.
Okay.
And then the other one was, oh crap, wrong thing. These are the original ones. Yeah. So I don't know why that's pulling in there. So for right now, it's too late. So let's do this. Let's just go back.
Order canceled.
Let's just go back to 2. Let's just do this for simple. Okay, so back here, turn off, turn on, turn on. Let's go change that real quick. Let's just do this. Wrong way. Group A. Let's take this third one out just for now. And I'll take that offset off. We won't use this at all. But let's make that runner. Instead of 35, let's make it run. Let's make that
run. Okay.
All right. So 25 will come off with a 25 stop, no runner or no target, and then 25 stop. All right. So let's go. All right. So you're going.
Okay.
Let's wait for it to catch up. Okay, so unpause it. All right, so now the background colors we could turn off too. I forgot about that, but you know, it's here nor there. Okay, so we want to go short, so let's just go short right now.
Order submitted.
Right. Yep, so here's our 2. There's our 2 contracts, our 2 stops, and our 1 target.
The rest is runners.
The rest of the runner. All right, so let's see what our management does. Now, of course, I just went short based on the EMAs, so doesn't really mean anything. And we'll go a little faster than this.
You can play 1 contract and do pretty well.
All right, let's go. So now so I'm gonna go up. So I'm waiting for the pullback. So there's my pullback, and now right in the zone. So I'm just waiting for an up bar, and I'll be in.
Up bar, gotcha.
Because I turned it on. I'm waiting for the up bar, and I got my down bar, and now it's gonna chase it down. I'm just waiting for the up bar.
Yep.
Eventually, I'm gonna get it.
It's in. It's in.
There we go.
Boom. Hit the thing.
So let's do it again. So waiting for an up bar. So now there's our down bar. There's our up bar. There it is. Okay, and of course it didn't run, but that's all right.
You're still banking $600.
So there we go. And there's our down bar, and there's our up bar. We got to breach it, but we didn't breach it, so it's going to chase it down.
So you can't use automatic mode, right? You have to use manual mode.
I'm doing manual mode, but automatic mode is going to follow the zones here, and that's it's not really set up for that. So
order canceled.
Oh, that stop is way too tight. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, increase your stop loss.
Well, what happened is we took our first target right here, the profit.
And the second one.
Or no, it was maybe this one. No, it was right here. So the first one took the target, and that was designed at.
And the stop loss is what the 25 would have happened. So you gotta.
Do you like the numbers? Can I switch that to ticks?
Yeah, please. I think you should switch it.
Okay, because I everything is in ticks to me. Let's see. Let's make that a default. And because you're using everything's measured in ticks regardless of the instrument, and we don't have to convert everything. So there we go. All right, so 25 ticks. That's what we set it for. But this one is coming back from the high. Let me do that from the high. It was from the high, which is here, and it came back. I think it was 15, right? Yeah. So 15 ticks. So that's just too tight.
You got to breathe.
NASDAQ. I mean, you got to do if you're going to go from the high.
The 45 maybe.
Here, so let's do this one. Let's bring that over there. Let's get rid of this one. So if you're going to do, well, here, this is what you would have to do to get under that. There, that's 36.
So make it 35.
Mine's 44, to be honest with you.
Make it 45 then. That's fine. You do that.
Okay, I'll just Because with NASDAQ, you got to stay away. And it'll trail up. I mean, that pivot, see, that's what I'm talking about, that pivot. You really got to learn that pivot stuff. So let me go here, and I'm going to turn this off. Get it queued up. So if you go to
target 2.
Where's our trail?
There you go.
Okay, so this is just way too tight.
Make a 45.
So stop loss 15. We got to do, let's do 44.
Okay.
And then now at 40 ticks, I usually do 28.
Okay.
And there's a reason for that. Those are pivots. And then when you get up to 80, I mean, that's
what do you think? You put in what you think. Yeah.
I do like 150, and then you can maybe tighten it up a little bit, go to 19. And now this one here is your stop. So at 20 ticks, if you get a 28 tick, you don't understand what this is. I can kind of draw it out for you, but what this basically is called a pivot trailing stop. So right here, for instance, so it's coming up and it comes down and it keeps going down until it finds the low pivot. If that exceeded 28, which let's assume it did, I haven't measured it, but let's assume it did. Let's assume it's 28 or more. Then it goes up 18 ticks. And let's assume it does. Obviously it does. Boom, there is your pivot. This then will trail by 6 ticks and go right here. So if your stop is down here originally, maybe your initial stop, it will automatically jump up to here if your 20 ticks are already in the money. Now, when your 40 ticks in the money, it tightens it up and looks for a smaller pivot. So let's say this is 13 or 14, and then 12 up, boom, it would put the target, it would put it there, 2 ticks, because it tightens it up a little bit. So you can watch the video on that. This shit's ingenious. I gotta say that.
I want to save that. Yeah, we make sure we save the set. I'm gonna play with it tomorrow. All day.
So let's just play here real quick. You got to do this on market replay. You cannot be doing this on live. You got to do it in market replay. I wouldn't even do it in live market because you get too antsy. You do it in market replay because then you can go fast forward, fart around with it. Who cares?
Gotcha.
You can reboot, rescreen. You can bring your scale back and see what it does. And
okay.
Whatever. But during the live market, it's just you just can't do it. You got to do playback.
Do you play at 9:30 or you wait to 10:30?
With NASDAQ? Yeah. I sometimes wait till like 10:30, 11.
Yeah, the 9:30 is scary.
Yeah,
I got kind of risque and play some crazy points.
Let's see what a long does here. You can move these buttons over too. There's in one of the settings. You can move them over here if you want them over here. I like
is that the margin setting? Okay.
So I'm gonna go long again. So there's your long. I'm just gonna chase it down. It'll chase it until I turn it off or until it trips.
Here we go.
There's the first one. All right,
here we go.
Now we're trailing. See, look what now. Oh, son of a, yeah. And that's
we're gonna bang you. Look at that.
You need to have with NASDAQ. You got to have room,
But you still bank though.
So there's our down bar. We're waiting for a pullback, and I'm only doing this because the moving averages are saying up. So let's go. I'm not really paying attention to background colors. They're now synced up anyway. All right, so here we go. So let's get that first one. Now remember, our first stop is 20. I think it was 25.
Yeah.
Which I think is too tight, but whatever.
What do you think should be instead? Make it 35 or something?
I don't even trade the 12-4, so it's kind of hard to say.
You know what? I'm sorry. What do you say?
I don't trade the 12-4 with NASDAQ.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll show you what I do.
You're 5-1 or something?
Yeah, no, 5 NASDAQ? No way.
Bigger. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Put NASDAQ so I know it's for NASDAQ.
Oh.
Yeah, type in NQ so I'll know. There you go. Thanks. Oh, sick. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll move it down there. So now I just do here.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is my work, man. I'm definitely gonna play a sim with this bad boy. You
Yeah,
can't go.
You got auto. Like we just lost all our money. I think we have a couple $100 in there. And we just lost it all. So, NASDAQ will whip the crap out of you, and even the background call. I mean, this isn't set up the way I do things. So you really got to wait until setup 3 comes along because I'm just kind of setting you up to fail here with NASDAQ.
So the background color, I'm following emails. I'm ignoring the background color.
Yeah, not in this setup. That's setup 9A. I'm using setup. Actually, you know what? Let me get out of here. Let's do this so we don't confuse you before. Let's not get involved with. I'll show you. Let's do this. If we're gonna do it this way, so we'll do. I need. I would say at least that. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. Here, I'll say this again.
You say it's Bobby, right?
I think we called it NASDAQ.
Do we say it?
I'm waiting.
It was Bobby and people. Yeah, that's right.
NASDAQ play. There you go. All right, so now you won't get a background color.
You guys teach me how to move the bars to the right, the buttons to the right.
Oh, you should tell me. Oh, here, let me do that. All right, so that's gonna go. Let me go back in here. And wait, this computer is slow as molasses.
I'm running shit in the background. Yeah, I'm getting a new AMD Ryzen being built soon. It's a 45,000 CPU benchmark. This is the older generation, i5.
All right, those are going to be under additional options.
Margins, maybe.
How is that?
Oh, margin. That's it.
I want to say maybe I don't remember. Let me. I think that. Let's try. Let me just see what this looks like. I'll stay on this page here. See what it looks like. Let it percolate. I forget the numbers. I had it set for another number, but then I kind of when I shrink the screen down, I can't see him, and I'm gonna make some. Yeah, this is nothing. So let's do probably
200, 300.
Where do you want it to be? Let me ask
you. To the far right.
How far?
What do you think?
You don't want it underneath your price if it comes down.
No, in the middle here, where the green, the black and green area, right there.
Probably like right around there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
So let's see. So let's do that.
How come you don't want underneath the green? Because it confuses you or something?
Well, no, because if the price comes down,
yeah, it's gonna mess your button.
It's gonna be right on your buttons or underneath your buttons. You won't see
the margins to your right, 50.
So let's try
like 250.
Let's see what that does. You can play around with it. I mean,
yeah. At least I know what it is. I can figure it out.
Yeah, it's under the additional options.
Yeah, thanks.
Group C, I think it was, or D or whatever.
Yeah.
See, that's 200 It's 200 pixels or something like that. So probably 1,000.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I'll figure it out.
I can do that. But the problem is with that though, is if you shrink your screen down, whatever. If you do something like this.
Oh, I get you. Don't worry.
Yes,
I'm having a full screen dedicated for this Helix, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna change these the way they're running right now anyway. So let's go and do some playing around here. So,
all right, we're gonna go long or what? Hey, you better go long, buddy.
Oh, what?
Order canceled.
All right.
Oh shit!
All right, so you play, you do it. Here, you hit the buy market, or you could do the up and down bar, whatever you want. So
the safer is probably the up down bar, huh?
Well, whatever. I mean, if you want to pull back, like right there, let's say it's doing this. Let's say it's going up, 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 and you want to get in, but there's no way you could just jump in. So you would do up on a down, enter on an up bar, because then it would
trend. Just go manual.
It would require the down bar, and then it would get you in.
Gotcha.
Well, but if you want to just get in, then just hit buy market. So
oh man, this Vinker is so. Why would I watch anything else now?
Here, you do it. Now you do it. You tell me.
Oh, hang on.
You're driving.
Order submitted.
Oh fuck!
You lost it.
Hang on.
Order submitted.
Come on, go on.
Order submitted.
Yes. Damn, Steve, you just made a sick algo for me, buddy.
Well, so now it's just whatever your whatever your management is. You know, it's just going to follow your trade management.
I'm going to fine tune this bad boy.
And one good thing about here, I'll show you one more thing. Let me pause it right here. Let me pause it. Okay. One thing really cool that I like, probably the best out of all this whole strategy crap, is that, you know, when you're on an ATM and you accidentally delete your target. You know, of course you can move these. You know, let's say you want to move it, you can move them.
Gotcha.
But if you accidentally delete it, you kill your target. Well, in the strategy, it doesn't rely on that, so you can kill your target. Let's say
so it does it anyway.
You're feeling really good about this, and so you really feel that it's going to go up. So I don't want the target. It's still going to use your trade management because we set it up all the way. You know, it's just going to keep following it.
Oh, so in terms, it doesn't matter. It's just a show.
So now you have 2 on with no target. We just manually took it off. But it
still follows your rule you gave it.
Now, of course, I've made it stop a little bigger too, but let's just see what happens. But now I'm going to get popped out. But my point of it is there. Let's make go in again. Let's do a buy. So I could take this, I could move it up, or I could just kill it all together. Just say, I don't even want it.
It still follows your internal rule. It doesn't matter about the
doesn't
target.
Need the target. Really... You can just kill the target. So you could have your target up there, and as price is coming and coming and coming, it's like, man, this is strong. You could rather move it out of the way or just kill it.
But when you kill it, it still follows your internal rules, right?
The stop they're separate. The stop is separate from the target. But an ATM is married together. So if you have an ATM in here and you say go, let's buy or sell, whatever. Okay. So there it is. Now watch what happens if I kill. No, hold on. I'll do it again. Okay. So there. So now let's say I want to kill it. So I want to go short, right? So yeah, you can still move it down, but let's say you kill it. Look what happens. It's going to kill your stop. And now notice it didn't. Well, it would, should, because they're married together. I don't know why it's not.
So what you're saying is that even if I move my stop manually, does that affect the target and the stop loss, or it doesn't matter?
The stop loss has nothing to do with the target.
Your target's not going to change, right?
I'm sorry.
Because you programmed it in the coding and in the trade management, correct?
The trade man. If you get rid of your target, it has nothing to do with the stops. They're separate.
How about the target part? How about the target? If I get rid of the target, would the target disappear, or it still follows my trade management?
It's still, there is no target to follow. I mean, there's no target. It's just your stop management will continue.
No, because in the trade we have 25. It's a first contract, remember, or 25 or 40.
Right, like right here. So I'm going to go there. Okay, so there's your 25. But let's say I want to kill it.
So if you kill it now, you got rid of the target. Is that what you're saying?
The target. Only the target. The stop is still following its logic.
Okay, gotcha. Because you want to let it run. Okay, that makes sense.
I want to let it run.
You let it run.
Now, if you're in an area that, well, it's only 25, but if you have a target at 100, which my target default is 100. So if you have a target at 100 and it's coming up there at, balls out speed, you get that thing out of the way. Just kill it.
Yeah. If it's so strong, gotcha. That makes sense. I see what you're saying.
All right, you can drive.
Hang on a second. Oh shit.
Order submitted.
Yeah. Oh shit! I couldn't close it fast enough. Damn it!
I'd rather be out wishing I was in than in wishing I was out. Now, don't kill your target or your stop. You kill your stop, you're screwed. You gotta.
Yeah, I did my target. Okay. Yeah, let me try.
Targets you can get rid of. I would not get rid of your stop.
Oh, I got it backwards. That dang! I want to go long.
So I just hit exit if you're in something.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, you don't have to get rid of your target. All I'm saying is that if you wanted to, you can't.
Gotcha. Oh, that's when you try.
I don't use targets. I don't. That's just me. I don't use targets because my stop is my target.
There we go. There you go.
So why would you have a target there? You don't know what it's going to do. It can go for another 100 points.
Why is my buy stop? Oh, that's my trail.
That's your trailing stop.
Yeah, sorry.
And you've already predefined it, so let it go.
Yep.
Order submitted.
You notice how it got tight? And you could say, yeah, okay to that. You notice how it got tight? I don't know if you noticed or not, but it got really tight at the end. That's
Because
because
I hit my second, third. Yeah, I think at the second, third, it gets really tight.
yeah, I think at 100, I think it was like 100 ticks or something like that. It gets to like
Yes.
19, which is really tight because this is a 21-3 chart. So
Oh
you
shit!
got a naked order on, so I would just get rid of it.
Order.
Oh yeah. Hey, made $2. Fantastic. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna save this. So let me, this is my NQ. So if I want to go back to my so everything's cool, set up. Okay, my things works. I can go back to Helix, the ES and CL. NQ, I use Bobby's NQ just to test it out. Oh man, that's it, man. I'm sure I have more questions to ask you down the
Okay,
road.
so if
But
you want to go back to Helix, what do you got to do?
okay.
Well, you're in Helix. I should really, everybody says Helix, but you're already in Helix. Let's say you want to go back to your 9-8 strategy. What do you got to do?
Okay, let me stop this real quick. Let me exit everything. Oop. Weird. Excuse me. Go to strategy. Damn, I need to get my computer upgraded soon. Okay. I will go down to template,
You
load.
can't load a template while you're, I don't think it's going to let you load when you're active. You're active in it. So you got to deactivate it.
Oh shit. I'm
Disable it. You got to disable the strategy.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Am I disabled now?
No, you're just
There you
pause. Go right back into strategies. Go all the way to the bottom and say disable.
Oh, where is it?
In the strategy settings. There's two places. The strategy settings all the way to the bottom.
Down here?
No, on the bottom. Where the template is, scroll all the way down at the very bottom.
Yeah, I gotta disable it.
There you go. Disable that. There you go. Now you can pull up a new strategy. Now say apply. Now you can go to your template.
I will load my normal
and load your the one you want.
Yeah, NA that you set for me up. Then I'm going to change. I'm going to change my Ninja record back to 12.
Yep.
And activate the bad boy.
I wouldn't activate it yet because you got to change it. Well, you can, I guess. It's not gonna matter.
Everything's still, yeah, everything's be good. Everything's saved. So I say okay. Then go up here. Back to my Ninja 12. Here we go. That's it.
Now there is a second place. I don't know if you know that or not on your control panel. You got your control panel handy there?
Let me see. Oh, why it's not showing? The things I can
Let it finish calculating. I think that's causing a hiccup.
So 12A. So I did right 12A, 12.4. My Bobby's 9A. What else? We changed them. What was in Bobby's 9A was just so different.
You wanted to see the EMAs.
Yes, that was it. But you watch EMAs too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guess I should. I wasn't at automatically. You don't need to. I don't even watch the screen for the most part. But if you're going to trade, and if you want to kind of understand what it's doing or why it's doing where it is, you really kind of got to see it. But you don't need it because it's all internal if you're going to do automatic.
Gotcha.
So I mean, what's the see?
So where's my is it still loading?
It shouldn't be. It doesn't. Looks like it. Go back to your control panel. Let me show you one thing. It probably just needs to be reset here. Something's percolating on your machine. I see a bunch of beach balls.
There we go.
There you go. So go back to control panel.
Where's my other trend indicator?
There you go. Go to strategies. Down the bottom. There you go. There, right there.
Enable.
Right there is another way to enable it. You see where it says enable?
Yeah, these are my strategies that I designed myself too.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how you could enable or disable them right there. You know, you segregate it because they're on the wrong account. Apex is not even connected to. You're on connected. Yeah. So you're not
where's my trend indicator? I don't see it anymore.
That was 6-1. So you want that. So you have to turn it off. Go back all the way down to 6-1. Say plot, and then save it. Save your template so you have it for next time.
Oh, I thought that the trend indicator that we under indicator, right?
Well, we might not have saved it after we changed that, so I don't know.
So I go to indicator.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's back up. What are you looking for?
You meant that little trend, the trend 7-1?
6-1.
Oh, 6-1. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we must not. So turn off the strategy. No, it's strategy.
Is it strategy?
Go disable it all the way to the bottom. Disable.
Okay, hang on.
It's coming. All right, all the way to the bottom.
Ooh.
I wish that were bigger. Disable. Apply. You can apply it now if you want to. Well, that's all right, because you know what? We should save it again. So let's go back to now 7. So go to 6-1.
6-1. There you go. 6-1.
Right there. And
This
say
one?
plot.
This one here?
That's 7-1. That's 7-0.
Oh, spot. Boom.
That's 7-1. You want 6-1.
Oh, sorry. 6-1. 6-1. There
That's
you go.
what you want. Okay. So now save that template with that on there.
Save as
And that was called was it Bobby's?
NQ, yeah, Bobby's and 9A. All right, so enable it
Now
now.
you could enable it and go. There we go.
I thought that was an indicator for some reason.
No. Now, if you want the price lines, the ninja price lines, you know, would they have to breach the number over here on the right? If you like to see those, that is an indicator.
What do we have before?
You're talking about the ones on the right, the ones that had to breach the trigger.
Yeah, the one. Nah, I really don't need that as long as I see the trigger and my.
But if you do want that, that's Ninja's price line indicator.
You have that installed, right? There you go.
It's Ninjas.
Here we go. This is what I want. That's it. I'm ready now.
Okay. So
Cool,
put it
man.
on automatic and let it rip. But this is NASDAQ,
Right.
so
Let me go.
you're on the wrong. Go to crude or ES or something because
Is
you're
that
on.
right? Oh yeah, let me go to ES here.
Yeah. So now I gotta wait again.
Yeah, my computer's being built.
And every time you change charts like that, you got to put on status box again because all it is a drawing tool. That's all it is.
Yeah, your status box.
Yeah. So when you change from NASDAQ to ES or whatever, it takes it off because it's, so you just got to read.
Well, I guess I should make two. I should have two charts, one for ES, one and Q then, huh?
Well, I wouldn't use this on NQ because it's too wacky and I don't know.
That's true.
That's just
all right. Here we go. So active.
Yeah, there you go. Throw in your status box real quick. You can leave that on. Doesn't matter. Do it at the same time. Just click anywhere. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. It's going to go where it's defaulted to go. Now you could change that location, by the way. Too.
Yeah, you tell me that already.
All right, so we're starting at $2.
So far, no trade zone is in the trade zone, bad trade zone.
So you can go. Well, your EMAs are it's long now, but you can go fast forward on this. And it's ES, right. So it's gonna be molasses.
On automatic mode.
Look how slow it is.
Trading zone, bad, no trade zone.
Oh, your moving averages are out of sync.
Yep, out of sync.
So this is where you go check your emails and
hang out. Well, it might go short soon.
You look at other stuff, and
do follow-up email, call the girlfriend.
Now you could have audios on here as far as when it goes bullish and that kind of thing.
Oh, you have audio on yours too?
There's a ton of settings for plots. If you go into group, I think it's 5 and 6 or something like that. It's audios and plots, and you could.
What do you have on yours?
I turned it off. It got a little too annoying.
Here we go. It might go.
You got it. Now, what's the final step? You got the background. You need to close the bar down here.
Yep, has to be one red bar.
The white has to be under, like right now, and now it needs to cross up.
Yep, has to go up.
It'll be in.
It can't because it's not crossing over.
Color got mismatched, so it's choppy. So it lined up for a second, but then it just got out.
It didn't go. Yeah, there's no green bar. That's why it happened.
You gotta wait. So, but that's the beautiful thing about algos,
You don't have to do shit. You let it ride.
cares? All right. So here's your short lined up. Now you're waiting for that
Green.
that white to close above and then to come back.
There we go. You might do this one. No.
Kind of close above.
Yeah, where's my price line? My price trigger.
You don't have it. It's
Only
automatic.
in manual mode has it. That's right.
Automatic. Yeah. It didn't get above that moving average. Now that right there is a continuation trade, a 9B. That's a 9B trade.
Oh shit.
But we don't have that one turned on because the logic's not in there yet. But eventually you'll have 9A, 9B, 9C, 9D all turned on together at the same time.
Oh shit.
Whatever sets up, it'll take it.
Oh, who's working at 9B?
I'm working on it, but I got other stuff. I got 3 that I'm working on.
Holy shit, Steve.
So
you got less monetizes for you, man. Seriously, bro. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. How do I know one's short or long?
You're short.
How do you know it went short?
It was red. Well, one, the background's red. But it shows you right there, and
yeah, I see it. Yeah.
It's a red 2. It says 2 contracts, so it's red short 2. You'll see it on the next one. If it's long, it's going to be the box will say 2 long, gotcha. 2 contracts for long.
Stop loss. Wait, entry order. Shouldn't we make money on that deal? Why did it say negative?
Because it got stopped, I think. Yeah.
Why did the strategy say they're bigger? That's weird.
What?
The strategy is weird. Hang on a second. See, why does it say strategy? That's weird. It shouldn't do that.
That's the ATM.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Should I leave this empty? Doesn't matter.
You can turn it off over here. You don't need it on the strategy. Just double click on the status box on the corner, on one of the corners, and just turn it off right there. It's plot ATM. Yeah, just turn it off.
What does that do? Oh,
it just takes. Is it okay? It just takes it off the status box. You don't need it because it's the ATMs aren't used on strategies.
Yeah, that's true. Damn it, how do I turn this off? Okay.
Now you're gonna want that on if you want to see your placements. You just want to hide it.
Shouldn't have been a profit because I went short and it went in. Shouldn't have been a profit.
You went short and it came back and popped you
up. Yeah, you came back up. Yeah, you're right. I see stop order.
If you want to see the, you probably want to turn that chart trader on though. You turned it off. No, you want to hide it. And you want to do the hide it. You want, yeah, there you go. You don't want to turn it off. You just want it on, but you want it hidden.
What does off do to it?
You want to see where your placements are.
Oh, duh, that's right. So
God,
we took a small loss already.
How does anybody trade this crap?
What do you say, bud?
Yes, it's so slow. It doesn't move.
E is a stable. You know how it is.
This is fast speed. It's like it's just too slow for me.
Laurie loves it. He trades manual all day long.
Yeah, no, I've got a impatient thing.
That's why I like NQ too. I like the speed of it. So you fine tune NQ. You finding NQ manual mode right now? Or you in automatic mode?
I trade it manually.
Oh no shit! I'm gonna start practicing in NQ mode.
What I'm trying to do, and that's what I'm doing with setup 3, is I'm taking setup 3 and I'm mimicking the way I trade.
Oh shit!
So I will be able to trade automatically.
Oh my god, that'd be just so spectacular. So right now, it's just chopping around. Whatever, let the thing run. So when should I turn it off on? Turn on 9:30 or 10:30?
Regular market hours.
9:30. Got it. And if I want, I would manage myself and let it go auto.
You could turn it on sim or something, but if you really want to play with it, yeah, if you could turn it on sim, or you could put the timer on there. Which, if you go back to the regular template, I don't know if we did or not. No, this time no, because remember we changed the default timer so we could trade during, so we could play around.
Oh, we did change it.
We changed.
What's the normal hours thing?
Well, here you go. Yeah, go back to the template.
I'm sorry.
No, you got to close that. That. There's our timers on. You notice it's
what, 9?
in the upper
9?
left-hand corner. It says Helix timed off because it's whatever time we said it was.
What time is it?
Go all the way to the bottom.
Disable it.
Turn it off. You can't do anything with it on.
Uh,
There you go. That's fine. All right, so go up a little bit to the additional, right? Maybe a little. No, down. Now it's the alphas. It's trading, so it's alpha. More additional. I think it's D right there.
Here we go. Is
Change
it
that. Yeah, you know, technically the rules are regular market hours. So I'm, you know,
I mean, I can always turn. I can manually turn on at 9 o'clock, and if I want to play, if I want to play, let it play 8 o'clock. I'll leave it 8 o'clock.
leave it at 8 and just hit pause. You know, it's you know.
Yeah, I'll just pause it and just
like if there's some news or something like that at 8:30, you want to pause it.
Oh, you should not play news.
I wouldn't. I mean,
yeah, news is dangerous. Yeah, you know what?
So just hit pause.
8:30, no news. Got it. Hang on.
Yeah, so but you have to do it manually. You know.
Now we say news. You mean the 3-star news like CPI, PPI?
Yeah, the big stuff.
The 3 stars,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Let me fuck with it. I'm gonna put on sim mode, and I might put an Apex. I know I'm putting Apex. Honestly, I'm putting Apex, one Apex, and I'm playing with sim mode myself. One Apex full, one Apex manual, and the rest I'm gonna do sim to practice. I can't do all three, can I? Make one chart for link to fully automatic one Apex, second one manual when I want to play, and third one sim. Is that possible? I need 3 charts, right?
One on Apex, one on sim, and what was the other one?
One Apex for full automatic, one Apex for manual, and a third one for sim. I can do that, right?
Yeah, but if you're trading 2 contracts on ES, what size accounts do you have?
Oh, the 50,000.
So you only got 1,200 to play with.
2,500.
2,500 to play with, but one loss, 2 contracts is what, $400.
That's okay. I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna burn it up and see what happens. But if I wanted to do that, I would do this, right? I put it up right here, another chart right here.
I wouldn't. You know, there's been some talk about those tabs. I would stay away from. I turn my tabs off altogether. I don't even want.
So I just do a separate chart.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So okay, well, you know, I'll leave one.
Wait a minute. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. If you're going to do, are you talking about doing the same Apex account or a different Apex account?
Different Apex. One Apex for fully automatic. One second Apex for manual.
Oh, okay.
Third one.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if you have them both on the same account, you're trading one manually, and then the strategy sees it, it's going to put it on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why Apex 1 would be fully automatic. Apex 2 would be for manual ES.
Okay.
And I really want to do NQ, but I'm going to wait for you, though.
Yeah, good luck on that one. I spent a lot of hours on that one. It's just ADD on steroids, man.
I'm telling you, man, NQ's a shit. I'm can't wait for the NQ, Steve. I want that so bad. That's why I want NQ.
Yeah,
that's it.
Both. I've been waiting for years, so that's
how close? I mean, you must be pretty freaking close.
Oh God. Yeah.
Is it the wickedness that's affecting you? I mean, you must be. You're gonna have even you can still bank a couple points, 20, 30 ticks. You're gonna bank no matter what.
Yeah, I don't want 20, 30 ticks. That's not.
How many ticks do you want? 200?
I get 20, 30 ticks, no problem. I just let them go, and it's like I'm not looking for 20, 30 ticks.
That 20, 40 ticks with 4 contract adds up, brother.
I understand that, but it's just I don't know. I want 100 plus.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. Seriously, Steve, you want 100 plus on a fucking tick NQ every time?
But I'm looking at bigger. I look at bigger charts though. I'm not looking at.
So are you more like you're not a day trader, right? You do like
day trading, but I'm not looking at it's NASDAQ, and I'm not looking at a little 12-4 chart or a 20. I look at the bigger charts. So
that's what you're perfecting.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. So I'm trading on. I'll trade, and I'll trigger off a 5-1 chart or an 8-2 chart. You know, an 8-2 chart. But my charts that I'm looking at are are much bigger than that. I'm only actually triggering off those small charts. The charts that I'm actually looking at are bigger. So
Damn.
if I'm gonna look at a bigger chart, I need a bigger stop. But if I need a bigger stop, I want a bigger target.
Why don't you make one just for like the 40-60 tick and you can optimize it? And I mean, I would love that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of guys would love the 40-60 tick all day long, brother.
Yeah, yeah. You can do what you want.
Well, I'm gonna once you
go in there, you know how to do it now. So go set your target for 60, set your target for 40, and have at it. You know, you can do that.
So the NQ, the one you made for me, is based on AMA. So I mean, you already did it for me already, actually.
Yeah, it's called Bobby's Play.
Yeah, you did for me already. I want to set that up.
That was
one
a 40,
one for
40,
NQ
40.
automatic.
It was yeah. No, it's not gonna be automatic. We didn't set anything up for automatic.
You can't. It's a manual mode. So I'll set one fully automatic for ES, second one manual mode for ES, and a third one manual mode for NQ. Three apex. Perfect.
You trade NASDAQ, whatever you do with NASDAQ, it's your business. You know, as far as how you enter your trades.
I still want your sick ass 100 tick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but trying to get that automated is not
easy. Dude, Steve, I don't take enough of your time, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you later.
3 fucking hours of your time, brother. That's so nice of you, man. I really appreciate it.
I don't think everybody's gonna watch this video. I should probably just delete it.
No, you can't. Can you save it? Because I want to send it to those guys will want it. They do you mind saving with me and sending it to the cloud for me?
They're gonna listen to 3 hours of us yakking.
Well, yeah. Can you cut it down? I'll cut it down, but I think he's gonna want the first hour at least. Can you make it first hour?
I'll just upload it to YouTube. It's not like
if you don't mind, he's gonna want it because Beezer is really cool. He likes this stuff.
Yeah, I'll put a warning in there. Boring.
Boring. Dude, Steve, thank you so much, brother. You're gonna trade this week in the FOMC?
Yeah, I'll be here this week. Tomorrow I'll be here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, Steve, for your time, brother.
I've been sick, so my head is so packed and sinus.
You got COVID or something?
No, it's just my head sinus like crap. You know, it's just I don't know. It's just. I mean, I can't breathe.
You're not in pollen season. You're in Chicago, bro. What's going on here?
I'm not even allergic to any of that crap. I don't get it. So whatever.
Oh shit. Well, Steve, thank you. 3 hours. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. That means so much. Thank you so much.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Have a good night. Bye bye.